slushy, melty out there. It's not windy, though. We'll take it. SportsCage.
No bug.
3 hours. Yeah, and there's no bugs. That is true. We're always looking at the positives here. If you're watching online, you see the aerial view. Sharky's with me for Flooring Superstore. Coulson's behind the board. It is for Access Communications, trusted in rural Saskatchewan for internet, TV, and home security. We're rolling for 3 hours here. We're going to get through the program this way. We're going to talk a lot about the Olympic updates. Big upsets somewhat for Canada already, and we haven't even had the opening ceremonies. The hockey team, we're waiting to see. I don't know. You guys got to be on the ball here. If Braden Point, if they're making a decision there, because I heard they're making a decision at any time if he's going or not.
All right.
Mark McMorris update. Coulson's got some audio there from Mark McMorris through Instagram. Gavin McKenna bar fight. Getting after it, protecting his mom, allegedly. CFL news, Benny's in with the SJHL Report in hour one, sprinkle of the day. I'm really curious, people out there, what they are thinking sprinkling when it comes to the Super Bowl. I want to know.
Yeah.
Prairie Land Rentals text line's always open, 936-6262. Heck, if you want to call, try it. If we pick it up, Coulson picks up. We'll get you on the air. Let me know what you're thinking when it comes to wagering on the Super Bowl. And if you don't like to wager, that's okay. We'd like you to just enjoy the program as well. Arash Madani, hour two. We are going to have Dan Croft come in, Glen Suitor in hour three. Hour three is very busy. Glen Suitor. Then we have the Senior Hockey Report, where we're going to hear from Theron Fleury, former Stanley Cup champ, gold medalist. He's coaching the Round Lake Bears. Round Lake Bears start their A series with the Moosomin Rangers on Saturday. Then they're going head-to-head on Sunday for Game 2. Provincial A action. The games, Sharky, I'll get to this in a bit. The amount of senior hockey games in the province this weekend, and people are like, it's like, yeah, rinks are going to be packed.
Everywhere.
There'll be darn near 100,000 people watching senior hockey in Saskatchewan this weekend.
That's nuts when you think about it.
Absolutely it's Sasky. Bizarre. It's so Sasky. We're also going to hear a former Saskatchewan Rough Rider who just came out with a book. That's the tease in hour three. And Pat tickets to give away. 2 teases. Hour three. We're full today. If you're looking for a place on Super Bowl Sunday to go, say, I don't want it to be a mess. I get to buy paper plates, and what are we going to cook? And my ribs are always too dry, and this and just go and watch the game at Pump Jacks Cathedral.
Yep.
$6 pints. 25% off appetizers. They're giving away prizes, which will include jerseys, mini fridges, lots of TVs, ample seating. Pump Jacks Cathedral is located 13th and Albert. You might see me there if I make it back into town in time. What do you do? You're going to a little bit. You're not doing it at your house. You're smart.
No. Take it on the road.
You got to take
it away from home.
You got to take it on the road. Also, when we have the SJHL Report today, we are going to give away one of these if you're watching the stream.
Yeah.
SportsCage, SJHL hats.
There's got to be less than 10 left, isn't there?
There is. We've kind of been a little stingy on them. I'm not going to lie. It says SportsCage on the side there. If you're listening on radio, they are a very nice chapeau. We're going to give this away. It's got the sticker on it. It's not game used. It's brand new. So stay tuned for that. You got to come pick it up, though. We can't ship these things. We don't have hat boxes. Hats are tricky to ship. Found that out with the Nooner.
Complicated.
It's like, can you ship? You got to go buy a hat box.
Yeah, they get crushed in a bag. You can't ship them.
You can't ship. Well, unless it's one of those dad hats.
Yeah.
Floppy. Or that hat that you were wearing last week, the Jean Valjean kind of hat.
The Andy Cap. Yeah.
Yeah. Bagger Vance.
Bagger Vance.
Okay, let's. Canada was supposed to play the Finns in Olympic women's hockey today. 13 was the count I heard.
Yeah, that was the last count I heard.
Finnish ladies are. They have
Novovirus.
Is it Novo or is it Nora?
So. I can do another check, but I believe.
And they're quarantined. And they're sick. What is that all in? Are we talking about like you're not leaving your bathroom kind of sickness?
Yeah, this is bad.
I've heard of it. How do you get it?
It's a virus, right? So you can
pick it up anywhere,
right?
All the traveling, so they definitely hard quarantine then.
This is one of those things that closes down a cruise ship. right?
That's where I've heard it before. Thank you very much.
So you get this on a cruise ship, and the whole boat gets sick. Because every rail, every touch, every glass, every...
Slot machine, slappers.
The slappers, doorknobs, right? So this is bad.
Norovirus.
They are all going to be... Their whole team's quarantined right now, so not only they're not playing, they're not having any fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and then after, no one's going to want to have fun with them. They're going to be like, stay away from me.
You're from Finland?
We're part of the Finnish women's hockey team. Ooh, back away, not today, disco lady. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to pull up actually, like, how long does it stay in your system?
Well, they're not even playing until the 14th now. They've backed them up like 10 days.
Why alcohol-based hand sanitizer doesn't kill norovirus and 5 other winter illness myths.
Yeah.
That pops up.
It's bad.
So, yeah, Canada's got another day off.
Yep. Another practice.
Sam Bennett's going to the Olympics.
Should have been right from the start.
Should have been. Should have been me, Billy Ray Cyrus style. Great tune from the 90s. It all worked out. Although Cirelli, feel bad.
You don't want to see it taken away from a guy. But, I mean, and the injury to Cirelli, kind of a fluke thing. But if that shoulder's in the wrong spot when you get that hit on the side, it will cause some damage. So, and by the way, that outdoor game was fantastic from so many levels. If you saw the Tampa-Boston game, that was fantastic.
John Cooper's costume.
Oh. Former U of R Cougar, Corey Herman, working on the ice there.
Really?
Yeah. From Duval, Saskatchewan. Yeah.
Yeah, so have they made anything? I'm just going to look, and I've looked about a half hour ago.
Braden Point that says they got to decide by the weekend before they fly over.
So I thought it was coming down today.
No, they're not dragging another body. Point's either a go or he's not. And if he's not, they got a replacement.
Oh, who is sitting by their phone? How much percentage are you at? I'm at 80. Okay, good.
Who do you think it is?
If you're Connor Bedard and you get a phone call from some absolute pigeon that you just, it's like, I'm not answering this.
I'm sure Connor Bedard's got Armstrong's number memorized if he does phone.
You don't want a call from anybody but Doug Armstrong.
That's right. Or John Cooper, one of the two. Yeah. And if it's not Connor, Shifley?
Great question. 936-6262.
Yeah, if it's not Point.
If Point can't go.
Is it Bedard or Shifley or another name?
Well, what kind of player is Braden Point? 200 foot?
200 foot.
Plays well. You can
play the middle, can play the wing. Right?
See?
So can Shifley. Right? Point can take the big draws. So can Shifley. Yeah. I'm looking right now, though. Imagine you lined up your team, whatever, and you look over and it's Tom Wilson, Sam Bennett, and Brad Marchand. You know, somehow you're getting stuck. Like you're getting speared at that shift. There's no doubt in my mind. Yeah.
It's, I love that. I love that Bennett's going.
I do too. He deserves to be there.
Do they take Bedard? Like, I know he doesn't fill the same role as Point, but again, the thing I thought about this morning when I was listening to the fan, Eric Francis, our boy,
yes,
and his crew over there, and I was like, this team. And I get the Americans are a great team, and I'm the last guy that's rah Canada, yeah.
This is a tough tournament to play.
Canada's going to be damn good.
They are. They're going to be very good, but there's no free spot on the bingo card here.
And then I was thinking, it's like you got to really slap together systems, and I'm sure they've all played really good hockey, but. They would have been briefed. They got videos on what they're playing, what their role is, what their line's role is going to be. Is that how it probably would go down? Yeah. Because you only got a brief amount of time to practice.
You do.
But that's where the hockey IQ and just being unreal and...
I mean, certain things like power play, penalty kill, you're going to do certain things with that group and those guys. But in terms of breakouts and, right?
Yeah.
Whatever their plan is, whatever their puck possession plan offensively is going to be, right? A lot of that is going to be just smarts to pick it up on the fly.
I told people to call in. Colson, we got a call. John the Habs fan?
Yep.
Yeah, John the Habs fan calling in. See, all you guys that are hardcore texters, call in for this hour. Let's chat. So, John the Habs fan, what are you thinking hockey-wise out there? Is this going to be based around the Habs?
No, if it was, too bad Lane Hudson wasn't Canadian. Or Cole Caulfield.
Well, doesn't Hudson have both citizenships?
I think Hudson does, but
Caulfield doesn't.
No, Caulfield's an American. I believe Hudson does, but they won't pick him. For some reason.
We don't need a D-man right now. We need a forward.
Yeah, and I think it'll be Mark Scheifele at Winnipeg.
Why?
Why? Because he can do all the things you guys said. He can play in a power play and kill penalties.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he can provide offense, and he can also do a shutdown role if he has to.
That's true. Connor Bedard doesn't bring a couple of those things.
No, he doesn't, but I'd still like to see him there, but unfortunately I don't think he will be.
But if you put the puck on Bedard's stick offensively, and I wasn't a huge fan until this year to see what he's pulling in the National Hockey League. How about this name, John the Habs fan? If Point can't go, Zach Hyman.
You were cutting out there, Barney. I couldn't hear you.
What about Zach Hyman?
Zach Hyman would be awesome. I mean, he plays with McDavid. If he would have been healthy right from the start, he would have scored over 50 goals this year in the league.
And the reason I say that, Sharky and John the House fan, is because just in case it gets a little tighten up in the old region.
Yeah.
And it's like, we're not really putting the puck in the net the way we thought we would. Some of the stuff's not working. Zach, Connor,
Go get a greasy one.
Us.
Go get a greasy one.
So, okay, you guys are.
Zach Hyman's a great pick.
He's got that elite shot. The guy's got an awesome release, and I think they'd probably put him with Connor McDavid. I mean, the chemistry's there.
Yep.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I watched a bit of the Habs game. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yep.
And I got to say, David's boy, can he fly? Nick Suzuki.
Yes.
You got he is so good, John.
Yeah.
Underrated.
I know that. In the last 83 games, he has 109 points. He's at a superstar pace.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Barney, I'll tell you guys this: he's going to win the Selke this year.
Ooh.
Write that down, Colson. Put that in the book. Colson's adding that to the book.
Selke. All right, John. Are you going to be getting up early? You're in it, right? You're going to be watching all the Canada games.
Oh yes, I'll watch them all, just like I do my Habs.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, thanks for the call. Call in next week.
Will do, Barney.
Okay. Have a good one.
Take care.
John the Habs fan joining us on the Western Pizza Hotline as well. Good have a heart night last night, by the way. Good job, Western Pizza and the Regina Pats. A lot of pies flying out of the locations. Zach Hyman.
Connor McDavid, Sidney Crosby. Bo Horvath can play center. Nick Suzuki's a center. Celebrini's a wing. Braden Point would have played center at some.
Well, don't say, because people might be just tuning in, and we're going to do the whole Eric Francis thing here again and be like, what did you hear?
Okay.
Braden Point's not going. No, nothing's been decided.
Yeah.
Did you listen to the Eric bit yesterday?
Sidney Crosby hurt.
He's scrambling in his home office, throwing papers, texting guys. It's like, the hell is Barney talking about? Yeah, that's. See, I was thinking they were going to do it today, tomorrow. When do they must leave on Saturday?
Saturday or Sunday.
I saw Benny Heebs sending messages out that he was. The curling team got there. They're throwing rocks. They're practicing there as well. Yeah. Colson, did you find that video?
Yes.
I sent.
What do you got?
Well, Colson, tee it up.
I didn't watch it. It's just Martin Morris gives an update on
His status?
his status.
Love it.
Hey everyone, it's Mark here. Just wanted to update you guys. I took a fall last night. I hit my head and I will not be able to compete in big air tonight, unfortunately. But fortunately, things are looking up for slopestyle, so just trying to stay positive and shift my focus to that event. A massive thank you to the amazing medical staff that took awesome care of me. And thank you all for reaching out, all the love and support. I haven't been on my phone much, but the messages do not go unnoticed. So thank you. I will keep you updated, and much love. Cheers.
Concussed.
Bang the melon.
Bunk the old head. Text line, Prairie Land Rental style, Hyman play with McDavid.
Yeah.
Dynamite text message. You know who you are. I'm not even going to say your name. You know who you are. You text it often. Hyman play with McDavid. There's text of the year.
Speak
front
well.
runner. Hi, Barney and Sharky. I'm not into betting, but if I was going to bet, it would likely be for the Seahawks over the Patriots. Of course, I'm a big Seahawks fan. Sorry, Barney. That's all right, Wayne.
That's okay.
In Victoria.
Yeah.
We'll let it go.
They're kind of the faves. Yeah, like.
Well, they're 5-point favorites.
Yeah.
I'm just the more I go into this, I'm thinking the Patriots are going to win this game. And
Really?
that's heart, but that's also brain. They're going to get to Darnold, Sammy Boy, and Sammy Boy is going to look like old Sammy Boy.
Going to see ghosts again.
The Patriots do have an unbelievable defense, don't get me wrong.
No, it's not unbelievable.
Well, that's very good.
It's good.
It's very good.
I really like Josh McDaniels. Really, 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 really like him.
But Seattle's no slouch on defense. They can take the ball away. They can make
good.
plays.
And they were good the last time. Did you see their safety? Oh, I can't remember his name. Young, he could win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Getting out of the limo.
No.
Whatever vehicle it was yesterday. He was walking like me when I fell on my stairs the next day. No, it don't look good, man. Does
He's
not
banged
look
up,
good.
He's got more medical attention than you would have got at that time.
Yeah, I got everyone laughing at me.
Yeah, not caring how you look and feel. Yeah.
Look at this. We got callers. It's Thursday, the call-in show.
I like it.
It's like boots and salutes. Lawrence in Saskatoon. What do you got, buddy?
Well, I don't know if you had said Zach Hyman. Like, he's so predictable, which you think is a bad thing, but you know what you're going to get. Up and down the wing, crash in front of the net. They need that, that McDavid you got to ride with. Like I mentioned before, Chris Kunitz with Crosby in 2010. He was great. Hyman would do the same thing here. Hyman, for me, is no doubt if Point can't go.
That's a great comparison, Chris Kunitz to Zach Hyman. That is.
But so isn't Scheifele the same comparable?
Hyman's been hot. Like he is. I know it's a lot of power play points, but it's tough when you get a star to find that right chemistry, and Hyman has it with McDavid. So I Oilers are my least favorite team in the league, but Hyman for me is a no doubt. If he can go and Point's a no go, then Hyman's in.
That's 2 Hyman votes we got so far.
Yeah. So
but.
If anybody in the Americans kind of banged up, I think I heard somebody is a little bit nursing.
Jack Hughes, but he's in.
Oh, he's in? Okay.
Yeah. Jason Robertson's got to be their number 1 guy.
Caulfield.
Could be.
Yeah. What are you thinking? What are you thinking Super Bowl bet wise, Lawrence? While we got you here.
Well, I don't know if you guys have chatted much, but the Seahawks run defense is one of the best in the league. I think they were number 1 at the 3.7 a game, and they're going to force Drake May to pass the ball, right? Can you name me more than 2 more of his receivers? Like I know Diggs, but they just don't have that sort of game breaker receiver. I just don't see them. I don't see New England scoring more than 10 or 13 points against the Seahawks this weekend.
You know what?
31-13 Hawks.
Whoa. Whoa. Write it down, Colson.
A lot of Lawrence is going deep. All right, Lawrence, thanks for the call.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Barney.
See you later. That's a spread. The only thing here is what I think, and Lawrence is probably still listening. I think that we could see Drake May get on his REO Speedwagon.
Do a little running,
and
scampering.
He'll be running. You're not just going to see, you're going to try maybe and go like, okay, if they're going to stop us, they're going to stop. But then, okay, we're going to another tight end look. We're going to this. It's all the game plan and prepping. And then halftime is longer.
Yes,
you get
more time to
get more of a break there to game plan.
Yeah,
I know. I get it. I went and talked to Aaron on the Wolf before, did a hit. I get it. People hate the Patriots. I would hate them too.
It's not a hate the Patriots.
No, a lot of people do.
No, not for me.
And I'm not saying we. They are back there again. I totally get it, but it's like they're not getting any respect.
They're not. No, they're not. The quarterback's really young.
Mina Kimes, though, on ESPN went off today and why Drake May should be the MVP. It was really good. She knows her stuff. It's unbelievable.
I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying they're not getting any respect, and they've got a young quarterback, and that's the reason why.
And wasn't Flutie telling us on Tuesday McDaniels likes his trick plays? Keep things interesting.
I would, if there's a prop out there, and I don't know what constitutes a trick play, if you're going to gamble on it, I would say we could definitely see one from the Patriots. I don't want to be that guy. Can I tell my Super Bowl? Should I tell my Super Bowl?
I'd love to hear your Super Bowl story.
Take a story, Kate. Let's go to break, and then we'll come back. I'll tell the Super Bowl ticket story, and we'll kind of run down what the get-in price is. I've told this story a lot. If you don't want it, it's going to make you puke, you can hang up now or stop watching the stream. It's a very interesting story. It's a SportsCage. We'll be right back. We're going to give away a SportsCage SJHL hat in a bit when we do the SJHL Report, and Benny Walchuk's coming in. SportsCage for Access Communications, trusted for home and rural internet in Saskatchewan. Sharky is here for Flooring Superstore. As always, over 20 years of business, Flooring Superstore on Park Street. Okay, Super Bowl. Tickets to get in. Canadian prices right now on an aftermarket site. This is going to fluctuate. There's no doubt about it. Less seats in Santa Clara than the last time they hosted.
Okay.
So it's down. Canadian dollars, though, you can get in upper deck way in the corner, $4,700 with fees. Well, laugh, but
that's a big nut.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's how it goes down. The Super Bowl year, the last Patriots Seahawks game, 2015.
Okay.
I'm working with a broker on tickets for a Harvard trip here out of Dallas to go to a Cowboys game for clients. Works out well. I'm like, do you guys deal in Super Bowl tickets? Oh yeah, for sure. I'm like, how much are they right now? He's like, I'll even throw out the number, 1,500 Canadian. Okay. Dollar was at par. We lock in 4 tickets. You're buying absolute air. The game this was in, I want to say, April. The game's not till February. We're buying air. So it's credit card, so you know you're protected. Broker, 1,500, 4 tickets locked in, boom.
Okay.
We go to the Super Bowl, Seahawks, Patriots. It was supposed to be Green Bay and the Patriots, if you remember.
Yes.
Seattle shouldn't have beat Green Bay. Anywho, we go. Unfortunate family situation. My wife can't go. I have her ticket. That is the Super Bowl that tickets started going through the roof. Okay?
Yep.
There are people, when you come out of the escalator at Sky Harbor Airport, buying Super Bowl tickets. I'm playing them. I'm finding out. So for 3 days, I play the game. And tickets keep going. Messaging guys. Do you want to sell that ticket? Do you want to sell that ticket? I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. So then the broker comes back to me. Okay. And I said, well, because now we're like, tickets are gone through the roof. We paid $1,500. Our tickets, and we're upper deck corner in Glendale at the stadium. He goes, I said, I have 1 ticket to sell. My wife didn't come. He's like, I will give you $4,500 for that ticket. The dollar has taken a 20-cent turn, by the way. I paid $1,500.
Yeah.
Bingo, bango, let's go.
So 4,500 plus 20%.
We drive to this house in Scottsdale that this guy rented. Bodyguards painted the picture. It's exactly what you'd think. We roll in my little Ford Escape or Explorer, walks us in. Barney, there's she's got your money and 3 tickets you got. Okay, I count the money. He leaves with one of the bodyguards. One of the stays there. They count off $4,000. I go, not to be greedy, but there's 500 missing here. Calls him. He's like, oh no, it was 4,500 if you sold all of them back to me. I said, buddy, I'm in sales. That's not the rub we made. So anyways, we meet halfway.
Okay.
I'm okay. 42.
You're still making money on this.
42.50. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. And again, I'm not telling a story. And this is just a really cool Super Bowl ticket story. Go to the game. Interception on the goal line. Wow, never gonna top it. Unbelievable experience. Yep. I always promised my wife, I said, I'll take you to another Super Bowl. So I took that money, and I'm Ukrainian. I'm tight with my
and loyal
dough. So I put it in a private U.S. account, all that. 2 years later, Patriots beat Pittsburgh. They're going to the Super Bowl again in Houston. I'm like, do you want to go? She's like, all right. We puddle jump our way to Houston, shopping for tickets on the plane. I'm like, we're not buying anything until we get there because I know how the brokers roll. I think I know everything because of the Arizona thing. Well, we get to Houston, the game has totally changed. All the brokers and outside of the stadium are all in cahoots. So I'm like,
they're in a union now.
Yeah. All I have on me is 5 large Americano. And I think I was able to take out 55, another 500. Yeah. That's all I got. But it's kind of found money, right?
You're on the right side of this. Yeah.
So then there's a strip mall right by the Houston Stadium with a card shop, and it says selling Super Bowl tickets. We go in there. At least I can pay credit card.
Yeah.
But this guy, I think it was $7,000 for 2 upper deck seats. And I'm like, and then so then Mrs. S goes, you know what? Let's just go find a bar and we'll watch it. I'm like, we puddle jumped for the last 36 hours to get here. We are going to this bloody game against the Atlanta Falcons.
We're not going to a pizza joint.
So we keep kind of walking around. Then she starts talking to this well put together Italian 20-year-old female, and then she waves me over, and this guy. There's an older gentleman selling 2 tickets. First off, you got to really be careful on fake tickets at a Super Bowl.
Oh yeah,
like
they're everywhere.
I mentioned how the stadium on the back of the Arizona one, and you wipe it off, and then it comes back. That's how you know it's true. Like they make amazing fakes. So this guy, and he's like, yeah, I got 2 tickets. Gives me the section, and I'm like, well, that's going to be out of my price range. I've been shopping tickets all day. That's way out of my price range. He goes, what do you got? I said, I got 5,500 cash, man. That is it. Maxed out, and then maybe credit card a little bit more. So then he starts dealing with this other broker. The broker got mad at me. He's like, I'm dealing here. Get out of here. I'm like, whatever. So then Trish and I'm like, well, I'm going to go back to the card shop and just, put it on the credit card and we'll get into the stadium and get going. All of a sudden, this guy turns around in his... I played hockey with a guy from Brooklyn. He's Brooklyn. That New York accent. Yeah. He turns around, and then now one of his buddies come. They're about, I would say these guys are in their 70s. The female's late 20s. He goes,
works down there.
These tickets are yours. You better be effing sitting in those seats, in his accent. And I'm like, all I have is 5,500. He goes, count his money. This broker, these brokers now are losing their minds. This guy paid $13,000 or $14,000 for these 2 tickets that morning. We're sitting...
Took an 8K loss on this?
I'll show you the video. We're 35-yard line, 7 rows up behind the Patriots bench in the Arizona. He took a 7-ish grand hit just out of spite with this broker. And then he says, again, you better be sitting in those seats. And I'm like, we'll walk in with you. Yeah. Like, we're going to the game. So there's 2 pigeon Canadians. All of a sudden, a bunch of these other Italian people start coming. They're like, yeah, our friends from Canada, we sold those tickets. They all go to every Super Bowl. There was 12 of them. These 2 tickets didn't make sense. They wanted to all sit in the same section. So we're walking in. All this is how much time? This gets crazy. You think it's crazy to this point?
Yeah, keep going.
We get in, and then there's the group of them that are already in, and then there's this older Italian lady, well put together. These are our Canadian friends. I sold them those tickets in 135. Oh, I love Canada. I was just in Banff for a wedding. I just flew back last week. And Trisha's like, oh, well, you know, Barney's got to go through, got to Regina, and we're going through Calgary tomorrow, but he's going to Saskatoon to pick up our kids. And they're like, oh, you got to like fly, like you got connectors to get home? It's like, yeah, it's a big schmozo. We had 3 connectors to get here, but we're here. We're in the stadium now. It's all good. And the guy's like, well, is it easier if you fly home from New York? And I'm like, no, not really. He goes, because you guys can just come back on the jet with us after the game. And my wife, now we're looking for cameras. We're like, all right, the jig is up and all this. But anyway, we walk in, we go start watching warm-ups and everything, and we're in our seats. And we're like, I can throw anything and hit the guys.
You can throw beer cans and hit them.
And then so Trish, she goes, okay, well, warm-up's done. Let's go find our seats. I'm like, these are our seats. So when they tie it up and everything was right in that end zone, it was unbelievable. That's the whole story. It all started with buying air and parlaying that, and then
2 years later,
and then getting absolutely lucky with this guy. He took a $7,000 hit
out of spite
with the broker that was pissing him off. So we got to sit and watch the greatest Super Bowl ever.
I have a betting story about a Super Bowl, about a friend of mine that's got a little bit of a similar ring to it.
A friend of yours, right?
A friend of mine.
Not you.
Not me. No, it wasn't me. A friend of mine's in Vegas. Super Bowl. It's the Atlanta Patriots Super Bowl. They end up going out for the night, meeting some ladies. Gets talking to this one gal. She is part of the group that sets the book at the M.
No.
But she doesn't do the NFL. She just does college sports. So, a few more drinks, little chit-chat. He goes, what would you do if you were going to bet tomorrow? She goes, first half, it's all Atlanta. They score first, they lead, everything's Atlanta in the first half. Bill Belichick will figure it out at halftime. The Patriots will come back. I'm not guaranteeing they win, but the Patriots will make a game out of it in the second half. He got down in line, placed all of those bets in the first half, ran back up to the line for the second half, placed all the bets on the Patriots on the second half, and that was the first time he had to admit he had $10,000 cash when he came back over the border.
That's cool.
That was a cool story.
That's crazy that they could, the odds makers could do that.
Yeah, she didn't set it, but she knew what it was going to be, and passed that information on to him, and it was a heck of a win for a buddy of mine for the Atlanta Patriots Super Bowl.
There's a couple stories of people that I was chatting with, because we were in this group, and they had the Houston Super Bowl against Atlanta, that they ended up buying tickets that were fake. The one guy got in with fakes. The guy felt so sorry for him. He went in so early.
He just let him in.
Yeah. So we're sitting, and then here's the other thing. We're sitting in our seats at that behind us. Little John, the rapper, turned it down for his whole entourage.
Was right there.
Section over. Now that's 45-yard line. 2 rows up. Vince Vaughn. I'm just like, what are we doing here?
And that's why the fake tickets is now why all tickets are barcodes on your phone. There are no paper tickets anymore.
So if you're going to go, it's $4,700 get in right now, Canadian. Go with a little bit extra just in case, but I bet you I bet you get in.
Drop.
Last minute. I bet you're going to be a 3,500 Canadian.
You think you get down to 25?
Well,
broker won't sit on it.
Hey, right place, right time.
Yeah.
Right?
Broker
you never know.
Broker won't sit on him. He won't take a loss.
You got to put yourself in those situations. It's a SportsCage. Streaming through our YouTube channel at sportscage.com. Sorry for the long story. I thought it was interesting on the
it's a great
2
story.
days away from the Super Bowl. We'll be right back. Yeah, retirement planning. Big right now. Chad said he's dealing with people that are talking family retirement or individual retirement planning. So you can get in touch with Chad Reach and his team. Benny, there's the hat.
Yeah.
We have one to give away. Before we even forget, Colson, if you haven't won anything in the last 30 days on CKRM and you want this SJHL SportsCage hat, if you're listening on the radio too, you can't see it, call in 936-6262. Colson's going to pick the winner. All right, Benny. Can we start with Mike Reagan? What a feat.
Yeah, with 1,000 games coached. I think he his assistant coach was this funny story. Assistant coach from about 10 or 15 years ago kind of thought about it a little bit, and he kind of thought of it like a couple of weeks ago. He's like, Riggs has got to be getting close to 1,000 games. And I think Riggs being very, very honest with himself and being unselfish says, yeah, I think I just went over the 1,000 game mark. So yeah, heck of an accomplishment, especially to all do it to one place in his hometown. So that's going to be pretty special. So hats off to Mike Reagan for coaching 1,000 games in the SJHL.
Not only coaching 1,000 games, like you say, all in one place and never being fired. Like, name me a coach that does 1,000 games in one city without getting the boot.
I'm starting to think Mike might own the team.
I think he is too. Him and Rob Hart, I think, are co-owners of the team or something like that. They all speak like that. But yeah, being a hometown kid, it's a tough place. Like you're grinding. It's a blue collar place. The weather isn't as good up there. The traveling can be tough there, and especially in the winter time. So it's definitely a tough place to coach, but good resources he's got up there, and he's had some good teams over the years. And one thing he's been alluding to him right now is that SJHL title, and that's what he's been battling for the last number of years.
Yeah, that it's very surprising that
1,000 and no titles
hasn't got over the hump there for sure. Power rankings, SportsCage.com when it comes to the SJHL. Flin Flon still leads, followed by the Weyburn. Flon just did. We had Ryan Ulmer and Les Bronze on the show last week. They just did their swing to the south. One game, a loss in overtime to Weyburn. But the swing, Flin Flon came down here. Was that a statement swing a little bit, Benny?
Yeah, it was, and it was to prove that they can't just win at home and they can win on the road, and it was a good test for them. Like all four of those games were I know one we were able to crush Estevan there on the road, but the Melville game, the Weyburn game, the Nipawin game, those are teams that are probably going to play in the playoffs. Those are grind them out games. Even that game on Saturday in Melville was kind of a special teams battle between the two teams. They had good goaltending both sides, and they were just able. Their special teams was able to beat Melville's special teams in that hockey game. So it was a good statement win for the Flin Flon Bombers to prove that, hey, we're not just a homebody team. I know we're undefeated at home, but we can also win on the road. And it also kind of makes a little bit of a statement as well. At the start of the year, they had a tough stretch on the road where they played a lot of road games that didn't have success. And even Mike Reagan thought about it. Do I have to sell? Do I add more pieces? And I think that win in Yorkton before Christmas, 11-0, was a big statement win for them to turn things around. So it was a great stretch for them. And now they get to return back home as they take on the Weyburn Red Wings here this weekend. So a good test for them.
Benny, I want to change to a little different topic on the SJHL because you just did something milestone pretty special too. 800 games. Benny, when did you start? When you were like 7? Like when did you start calling that you got to 800 games?
2012 was my first year, so September 2012, so I was 20, just turned 20 years old. That year, my first game was in Melville, and the Millionaires won that game 10-2 against the Estevan Bruins. So it was a pretty good... And then the very next night, I had to drive up to the Pas Manitoba to do a MJHL game with Swan Valley and OCN. I think even that year, I think we did 4 teams. We did 4 teams in Wayway. I think we had playoff run. All 4 teams made the playoffs. We did 14 straight games on the radio between all the 4 teams. So that was a welcome to the SJHL moment. But yeah, a lot of hours on the bus, a lot of stories to thought about from going to Battleford one night for a playoff game, then the next night going to Steinbach for a playoff game in the MJHL. So there's a lot of blottles from L'Orange to Portage, one 24-hour stretch. So long hours, but it's been worth it. And I've been able to stay. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. No, it was a long stretch. I gotta give credit to my dad. Came on those trips with me. I'd come on the bus, and my dad would hop in, and he would drive me to at least to the games for a little bit there at the start. So it was great to have them along with it too, because I don't think I could be able to handle that. Because I got home at 4 a.m. I had to be on the road by 9 to head to Steinbach. So
it's interesting that you remember the first game, obviously the 10-2 win. But is there a game in your mind that goes like that was my favorite call or that was my favorite event that I was part of?
Probably 2014, the RBC Cup win, the championship final in Vernon, when Terriers beat the Carleton Place Canadians to win it all. It was a great stretch. They battled adversity all season long, and it was a game. Terriers were down 2 goals late in that game. They took a penalty with about 4 minutes left, so they're 2 goals down. I was ready. This is going to be a tough post-game show, tough trip back, and then they scored 2 quick goals, 18 seconds apart in the third, and then Derek Falloon scores the game-winning goal in overtime. So that was a pretty special moment to call a national championship championship-winning goal, and that's going to be one to forget. You also have to get the 2014 SJHL final between Melville and Yorkton, the first ever battle between those guys in the SJHL final. That was great to see both communities packed, and it was great. But that 2014 game in Vernon is probably one that stands out.
After that win in Vernon, did they call you and be like, "Hey, Benny, we need you back here tomorrow to do a remote at Matt's Furniture at 10 o'clock. Start driving now."
You know what? The biggest thing was I was pretty good after that championship because, of course, there's a celebration. The biggest thing was helping the staff of the Terriers wind up all the boys because we had to be on a flight 7 o'clock in the morning back to Yorkton, and to get the guys everything packed up in their suitcases, get them to the hotel room. And we had me and a few members of the staff, we had a little bit of a jaunt. We had to go to Vancouver to Calgary, and then the boys went from Kelowna at the time, Kelowna to Calgary. So we came back in the airport. I'm like, "Oh, where's the boys?" And had everybody sprawled out, passed out in the airport. So we knew where the boys were. But it was quite the celebration, and it was great to be along. And of course, Don Chesney, who's a character and a great junior hockey mind here. He won his first SJHL championship those first 2 years of my junior career calling hockey games. So that was pretty special to see Chess finally lift that trophy over his head.
What a ride it's been. Kidding. So is that 800? Does that include any like senior games?
No, that's all junior A games. So you had maybe 50 to 75 junior B and senior games over the years. So
have you been keeping track?
You know what? I kept track a little bit, and I look back and maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and I've been kind of keeping track. And actually, the guy in Swan Valley says, "Hey, Benny, you're getting close to 800." I'm like, "What?" So I had to go back in my counting, and it was actually 799 at the time. So I got to give props to Darren Webster, the director of player personnel in Swan River, who actually kind of kept track for me. So
good on
it's a lot of bus hours, which is great. But it's like you said, I mentioned it on social media, just to have a lot of the former players reaching out on social media, on Instagram, or even text and say, "Congratulations, Benny. I remember in this time when we played this team and we had this result." So the relationships you make over the years is what's special.
I remember puking on the plane back from Vernon. Hey, this weekend, though, another good one. And I think the commish says he's heading up for this one. He's got a special little plaque for Mike Reagan up there. Weyburn, Flin Flon, is that the game of the weekend?
Yeah, that's one of them for sure. I got to go Melville Humboldt. That's like a 4-point game. Humble's trying to catch the Millionaires for the play. Then, of course, we got a Highway 10 battle this weekend on Saturday as Yorkton makes the trek to Melville. And you got to give hats off to Yorkton, who's been playing some terrific hockey here as of late. So that's on Saturday night at the CN Community Center. So should be a good test. The weather should be nice. And I don't know if you guys saw breaking news, Team Canada, Seth Jarvis is joining Team Canada, replacing Braden Point. So just got announced here just a few minutes ago.
Jarvis.
Seth Jarvis is replacing Braden Point. So breaking news here.
Jeez. And we were on the ball. We thought we were on the ball.
We did.
We left it up to Colson.
Yeah. Failed again.
Colson was like, some Braden Pointe guy is not going. Instead, it's Seth Gervais. Gervais. There we go.
Seth Gervais.
Breaking news with Benny Walchuk. All right,
nice
Benny.
Work, Benny.
Travel safe this weekend. Again, giving away the hat. 936-6262, the one that Benny's wearing right there.
Do I get a Super Bowl prediction or what?
We'd love to.
No. I know where this is going already. All right, Ben, see you later. No, go ahead.
Well, I don't want any of these teams to win, but I'm going to go Seahawks. I like their coach better. Actually, both coaches are good, but I'm going to go Seahawks just to bug you, Barney. So I'm going to go 28-21 for the Seahawks.
That's a little more realistic than
like
Lawrence's pick.
The 31-13's not wrong to me. I'm right there.
Lawrence is probably sitting at Sports on Tap up there in Saskatoon, throwing out a 31-13. Okay, so Benny's got 28. What did you say?
28-21.
28-21. Colson's making note of all these.
Hey, Benny, congrats, man. 800, that's quite an accomplishment. Well done.
Thanks, appreciate it, guys. Thanks a lot. And best of luck to all our senior teams here this weekend. Big weekend for Senior A hockey. It's going to be great. Round Lake, I think they're already in Mo Chapel. They're starting to bring in some extra seats maybe for Mooseman. And we got some great matchups. Redvers, Langenberg, Foam Lake, Theodore, Battle of Highway 16 there. So should be a good weekend. So safe travels to everybody this weekend.
We have the senior report coming up in hour 3, and we have the interview with Theron Fleury, and Josh Miller does the sheet. That's how many senior games I'm showing Sharky this weekend in
huge.
Saskatchewan. How about, did you hear what was the What was the word from Wynyard last night? Kenniston was in there. Obviously, no service in the Wynyard rink. It's like they're playing in the Corey Potash mine down 2 miles underneath. Did you hear anything there?
Yeah, good matchup. Goaltending was very, very good in that, and that's two very good teams. Wynyard's a under the radar team. I know that's tough to have them match up with Kenniston round one, but they got some great players. Of course, you got the Forsberg boys and a few other guys there in that lineup. So I think that might be a series still going 3, depending on the netminder. But first up, a senior, a lot of hockey going on. We got to give hats off to the officials. There's an officials shortage type of thing across Saskatchewan, and we got to give hats off to these guys and be a little bit more softer on some of these officials here during the senior stretch. I know heated moments, and you have a chance to have success, and I know sometimes the calls go one way or other, but we got to keep it down maybe a little bit on the officials. I got some officials that are relatives and some fans and some friends, so
I was going to bring
keep
up
it down a little bit.
I was going to bring up officiating in Melville, but we'll do that over.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Probably, I know exactly who you're talking about.
See you, Benny.
See you guys. Take care.
There's Benny Walchuk.
2-1. Kenniston over Wynyard.
800 games. Yeah, Kenniston won that one. They pulled it out. Senior hockey. Coming up later in hour 3, that was the SJHL Report, brought to you by Chad Reach, Senior Wealth Advisor, GP Financial and Visa Wealth. Locally owned with a team of financial planning specialists, like I said. Start thinking about retirement planning. If you're by yourself or if it's a family thing, Chad can help out. Give you a second set of eyeballs on a lot of stuff, too. 936-6262 if you want one of these snazzy hats. Colson standing by. It's a sports cage. We'll go to break. We'll be right back. All right, a couple of signings from the Saskatchewan Roughriders. They've signed American wide receiver Tyree Cleveland. He's joining the Riders with 4 years NFL experience. Was selected by the Denver Broncos in the 7th round of the 2020 draft. He spent some time also with the Indianapolis Colts and Philadelphia Eagles. Also another kicker coming into camp. It's Jonathan Kim from originally Michigan State, signed with the NFL Chicago Bears last year. So a couple signings for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Let's get into the Olympics. Canada is supposed to play women's hockey today. If you didn't hear, postponed. The Finns are basically all sick, quarantined with norovirus. And you catch it on a cruise ship. Lots of times, Sharky tells us. Curling, mixed doubles, Canada, big win over Norway, and then 7-2 over Italy. Italy's the defending champs in mixed curling.
Started out with a 5-ender.
Take a seat. Italy. There. Prairie Junior Hockey League, Southern Rebels at Fort Knox, 7:30. AAA Midget, Pat Canadians hosting the Warman Wildcats at the Sixer. National Hockey League, one Canadian team, Ottawa's in Philly. It is for the Switch to Reliance event. Switch to Reliance today. Get $200 cash back with your new water heater. Some conditions apply. Call on Reliance. We talked about the Super Bowl and Super Bowl parties. And Jeffrey, trust me, they're not, buddy. They're not. I got pictures and videos to prove it. We just had brought in here from Pump Jacks Cathedral the Kerwin crispy ribs and some of their chicken tenders. Now, these chicken tenders, you can tell they make them there.
Yes, they're not out of a box.
Oh, are these ribs good, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They're very nice.
You chowing down yet? Pump Jacks Cathedral, 13th and Albert. Super Bowl, there's your plan. $6 pints, 25% off Appies, prizes, you got jerseys, mini fridges, and more. Lots of TVs, lots of ample seating.
Yeah.
Pump Jacks Cathedral.
It'll be a great atmosphere.
For the Super Bowl, and everyone's taking the Seahawks.
Except you.
Yeah, I don't know. We can. Arash is coming up in a bit.
Are you going to take the spread? Are you going to play the spread? Is that what you're going to do?
No, because if I Sports Select, we're at Sprinkle of the Day. Let's do Sprinkle of the Day while we got some time.
All right.
And we'll talk Super Bowl. I think the tie might be the play. 3-point game. 345. You can bet it on its own. You don't have to parlay it with anything.
No, I know.
The spread's staying on sportselect.com at 5, and the over-under is 45.5.
That hasn't moved, has it?
That would, I think, the underplay there. The more I'm talking myself into the underplay.
I agree with you on the underplay. I do. Yeah.
Oh, and what was the other big news? Braden Point's not going?
Yeah, Braden Point's not going. Seth Jarvis is going.
Seth Jarvis.
Seth Jarvis.
We thought maybe Hyman. We thought maybe Scheifele. Maybe Bedard.
I didn't think Bedard.
But it's Jarvis.
Jarvis is going.
Seth is going. Sprinkle of the Day. Let us know your Super Bowl bets. What are you thinking?
Yeah.
SportsSelect.com. You can take, like I said, the one gamer, generate a QR code, go to the Lotto Spot retailer, scan it. There you go. You got your ticket. On Sunday, must be 18 plus to play. When you're ready to bet on the original. Every bet is 100% legal. Sports Select. Hour 2 coming up with Arash Madani. It's a SportsCage streaming through our YouTube channel. We're eating ribs and chicken fingers.
It's fantastic.
Pump Jacks Cathedral.
Take all the time you need
we'll
for
be back
news.
after the news. Oh, we're getting it in us, boys. Kerwin's crispy ribs and the chicken fingers from Pump Jacks Cathedral.
Oh, good.
There's good chicken fingers, and then like the homemade ones.
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about.
Those are very nice.
Thanks to the crew from Pump Jacks Cathedral for bringing that in, as they get set for the big Super Bowl Sunday. $6 pints, 25% off. Appies like the Kerwin crispy ribs and the chicken fingers. Still more to come on the show. Super Bowl talk. If you missed it, Braden Point is out for Team Canada. Seth Jarvis will be taking his spot. So no Zach Hyman, no Connor Bedard. It's Seth
No Mark Scheifele. Jarvis.
Mark McMorris, we heard that earlier. He's not competing tonight. He's hoping to... it looks like a concussion.
Yeah, that's what he's got.
He said he banged his head.
Yep.
He still could be able to participate in the next event coming up later this week, or it's next week. Also, Gavin McKenna. I don't know if you're following this on social media. Well, no.
How dumb are you?
Me?
No, not you, Gavin McKenna.
I don't mind the play.
What, getting in a bar fight?
It's just in this day and age, you can't do that. Allegedly, if you've seen the picture of the kid too, he looks like a massive cake eater.
Well, yeah.
He is a Penn State student as well. I think he's a senior. Screenshot it here.
What do you got?
But he's running his mouth at a bar, and the Penn State hockey team's there, whatever, and he calls allegedly McKenna's mom something. McKenna had enough. I heard it goes outside, so there's going to be some footage at some point. He gives him the 1-2, buckle my shoe, breaks his jaw, and now there's a felony assault charge.
So Gavin McKenna's not a big kid. Like, he's not a 6'2", 200-pounder.
Oh, Oscar De La Hoya wasn't that big.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now it's going to be thrown out. There's going to be money thrown at this. I was talking to a police officer up here today. I was talking to a lawyer. Try to talk to a lawyer in the States. He's like, I don't really do criminal. But he's like, yeah, throw money at it, make it go away. The only thing is, though, he's Canadian. He's down there on a student visa, technically kind of working because he's getting some sort of money. How does this affect all that?
Well,
when's the deadline? In January 10th for Medicine Hat?
I think the deadline is come and gone.
How the heck is he in a bar? Unless it's one of those ones where you can have kids until a certain time. How is he in a bar?
Yeah,
he's 18.
Yeah.
So the bar could be in hot water.
What's the legal drinking age in Pennsylvania?
My son brought that up to me last night. He goes, how is he in the bar? I'm like, good point. If he was in Alberta, he would be allowed to be in the bar because he'd be 18. But hopefully no one in Alberta is dumb enough to, say what he said allegedly about his mom.
The legal drinking age in Pennsylvania is 21.
For sure. Yeah.
Oh, there's more to this story coming out.
There should be some videos coming out, and we'll have to tackle that. Let's put our ribs and chicken fingers aside, and let's bring in Arash Madani.
It's time to go coast to coast with Arash Madani for Smart Investing Solutions. Be smart with your money. Call Brian Gawley at Smart Investing Solutions, 546-2533.
Do we want to start with this story you just emailed us? Because I don't really want to touch that.
I bet you don't want to touch it. I've heard a lot of things in my days. I've heard a lot about different athletes trying different things to get an edge. I've heard a lot of stuff about doping. This might be a new one. Sharky, I'd like to get your reaction in real time.
Oh my God.
This is from the New York Times.
This is gross.
Reports have surfaced, Winter Olympics, opening ceremony tomorrow. Reports have surfaced alleging that ski jumpers are injecting their penises with some kind of acid so they can fly farther. World Anti-Doping has vowed to investigate. More at 11.
How?
Why?
How?
Why?
I mean, are we going to get into physics? Are we going to get into chemistry? Are we going to get into anatomy? Are we getting into...
It's all three, but...
We need a doctor to call, 936-62.
What does hyaluronic acid do?
Wow. Of all...
I didn't see this coming.
What I start thinking of as soon as I see this, to your point, Arash, how many things don't we know about in the sporting world?
And think about every little edge that everybody's looking to get along the way. And, I mean, look, one of the biggest kind of cover-ups in Olympic history when it came to doping, we think things can be elaborate. We think that they're so clandestine and they're so, complicated. In Sochi in 2014, a whistleblower came out and said in the doping room where they just kept the samples, there was a bookcase in the room. They just had a hole behind the bookcase, and somebody was just slipping the dirty urine samples through the hole in the bookcase, and then they're just bringing clean samples back. And that was how elaborate it got 12 years ago.
Sounds like how I get my beers at a speakeasy.
There you go.
Jeez.
Oh, man.
I can't figure this one out. I'm going to have to...
It's a natural water-binding sugar produced by the body, crucial for moisturizing skin, lubricating joints, and maintaining eye health.
Jeez.
It retains over 1,000 times its weight in water, providing hydration, plumping skin, and supporting wound healing.
We got dry ribs and chicken fingers here.
Yeah, how's that going to help you fly? Are they hoping that the midsection becomes larger and gives them more uplift? Like what? Trying to...
You can let's follow the story. We'll see where it goes. How about Braden Point in the news and Seth Jarvis? We started the show. We even had a couple of callers on. Who would be the good fit? Who would be a nice fit if Braden Point can't go? Well, it came down. Seth Jarvis is getting the call.
What did Mark Scheifele do to somebody that he's just not being
injected? No, I don't know.
Yeah, hyaluronic acid issues. Yeah,
right.
Well, I thought Hyman might be in play.
Right. Especially to team up with McDavid, et cetera, et cetera. I wonder if there's going to be anybody. Like, I don't know when the actual roster deadline is, because once the tournament starts, whatever the on the sheet that you provide, that's all you're able to do. And I think you have 2 or 3 alternates outside of your active roster, and then that's it. So speaking of 2014, I think PK Subban only played 1 game for Canada. He was one of the alternates. But they couldn't add anybody new once John Tavares broke his leg, either in a practice or in a game. That's it. So when you submit that form to the IIHF and the IOC, nothing more you can do. So I'm assuming it's happening this weekend.
That's what I read. Nobody extra is going to be brought on the plane.
Yeah.
You're either in or you're not going. Yeah.
Right.
Which would, I guess that kind of makes sense. Let's keep her going with Olympics. So many Canadian storylines. Mark McMorris, Sasky boy, crashes yesterday. Sounds like he's going to be okay. Still going to compete in the next event.
He's missing Big Air. He'll go
tonight. Yeah, he's not going tonight. Sounds like a conky.
Yes. So qualification for Big Air was tonight. He's hoping to still compete in the slope style. Now, the slope style doesn't even begin until the 16th of February, something like that. So still 10 or 11 days away. Wow. Some of my people who have a little bit of information on this tell me they believe it's a concussion for McMorris. Now, I'm not reporting that or anything like that. That's what they suspect happened. I mean, he was taken off in a stretcher, very precautionary, looked very very scary, freak accident, all those kinds of things. But that was a pretty hard fall. Like big air guys, they go down a 50-meter high hill built on a scaffold. Like there's not a lot of
There's no give.
There's not a lot of room for error here.
Can't bail.
When things go,
can't lock up
the
brakes
acid
halfway
doesn't
down.
kick in.
Yeah. Your time's covering the Olympics and all that. My algorithm knows I'm always up for watching a Lindsey Vonn video. She was doing squats today with a knee brace on, getting ready. The worst nightmare ever. Mark McMorris, doesn't matter who, getting injured. Braden Point, getting the call or having to make the decision of not being able to compete, especially the athletes that have trained 4 years, their whole lives, whatever,
coming back
to go to the Olympics. Arash, I can't fathom.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, here's the thing about the NHLers. I'm sorry, I have no sympathy, really. I get you wanted to play, I get it's a big deal, etc. You're a professional athlete. You have, for the rest of them, for the amateurs, this is something they've worked towards their entire life. For Lindsey Vonn, this is her last one. This is her last kick at the can, and it sounds like it's an ACL. And here she is doing all these squats, the rest. There was I believe it was in Switzerland, there was a prelim race. A bunch of them had nasty crashes. But this is your nightmare. This is your nightmare that in the lead up to, you've kind of built everything up to how are we going to get ourselves ready? What's the best ramp up period, et cetera, be in optimal shape, mentally, physically, hydration, you name it. And then boom. Just like that, sideways.
Yeah. Norovirus.
Norovirus.
Wipe out your whole team.
Yeah, what happened like that? How would it be going down at the Olympic Village or where this...
They could have got it anywhere.
Where this Finnish team is? No, just now.
Yeah.
Like everyone's going to be on eggshells.
They'll be locked in. They'll be locked down.
But this is an issue now, guys, because, look, we joked about all the issues with the Olympic hockey arena. Here's the thing. Those dressing rooms, teams don't have their dressing room the entire time. They get it for, half a day. They come in, then the next team comes in, then the next team comes in. You're in the Olympic Village, you're sharing facilities with people. You're in those arenas, You're in the practice areas, you're in the cafeterias. Once stuff starts to spread, then it gets, like I remember, 10 or so years ago, the mumps started going around NHL dressing rooms. And some teams were getting it, and they just, no matter what they did to clean stuff out, they couldn't. I get that they've bumped this game now, Canada-Finland, a week, but this is something to pay attention to. And the fact that Bill Daly from the NHL spoke out about it today, I think this is something that the medical teams for a lot of the federations, including the Canadian Olympic Committee, are really going to be keeping an eye on.
You ever been to opening ceremonies? And if you have, what's that like?
I have. It's one of the coolest things, guys. I've been very fortunate. I've got to do a bunch of things. I remember walking towards Olympic Stadium, the first Olympics ever covered, London 2012. And just the 500-meter walk, 800-meter walk towards the stadium, I'm like the knees kind of went weak. I'm like, this is one of the coolest experiences of my life. Like, I get to go in there tonight. And then, now imagine being an athlete or a coach, right? And so at some point along the way, because it's a spectacle, like the world is watching. It is a show. It is all of it. And I remember towards the end of those Olympics talking to this archer for Canada. His name was Crispin Duenas, a guy I never would have talked to otherwise. But I saw him at Canada Olympic House or something like that. And we were talking about the opening ceremony. And he said, dude, I'm in my early mid-20s. That was probably the coolest day of my life and the most important day of my life. I'm like, yeah, of course. He said, it wasn't just the fact that I got to walk out with Team Canada. I've been applying to get into graduate school at U of T and do a real specific program. And while we're in the holding area, before we came out for the opening ceremony, I got a call from the dean of that department saying I'd been accepted. So it's just amazing how sometimes things work out. The cool part, too, of the opening ceremony, I know the NHLers won't be there. Kobe always talked about this. He's like, at an opening ceremony, at an Olympics, you're not part of USA basketball. You are part of Team USA. I remember Mike Babcock in Sochi, on an off night, he said, we went to ice dance or figure skating or something one night just to relax. He said, I was a nervous wreck the entire time. Like, everybody starts buying in to being part of Team Canada, Team USA, whatever your country is, and that's pretty neat.
That's really cool. What a cool story, Arash. It's a cool story day today, by the way.
There you go. That's what the Olympics are all about, Sharky.
Yeah.
Jeffrey on YouTube doesn't believe any of them, though. Tinfoil hat guy.
Is that Jeffrey from Calgary?
Yeah, he loves you.
Still trying to figure out the moon landing.
Wants to buy you some the moon landing. Why is the flag
how'd the Stamps do in the Grey Cup, Jeffrey?
blowing? Flag should be limp on the moon. I don't know. I've never been there. CFLs, let's go there then. Winton McManus leaves Argos. Boom. Just go across the road over to the Tiger Cats.
This is such a Hamilton move where they just pay big money to damaged goods. A dude who's past his prime, on the decline, missed a third of the season last year due to injury, and they think just because they're bringing him in, he's going to be an impact player and rewind the clock 5 years. I don't know how many times the Tiger Cats have done this. I don't know how many times it's blown up in their face and they don't learn their lesson. This is not a Kenny Lawler situation. This is not a Bo situation. This is something else. And to pay him top dollar for linebacker guys makes no sense to me.
Well, that's what they're going on, is what they did with Lawler and Bo. They can rejuvenate. There's the fountain of youth in Hamilton. They can bring anybody in and they can get some mileage out of them that nobody else saw.
Except Kenny was playing at a high level, Sharky, the entire
I don't disagree.
year or two before, and McManus. Yeah. I remember a GM once talking about story. This was the line that just made my head explode, and I'll never forget it. An old GM once said to me, he said, you know what the difference between an injured player and a terrible player is? And I'm like, no. He said, nothing. Because neither are of any use to me.
That's cool.
I'm like, whoa, that's pro sports.
Yeah.
So if Mr. McManus might be an elite player, I'm not disputing that. But if he can't be on the field, what good is he going to be?
Yeah.
We talked about Marc-Antoine Dequoy the other day, his retirement from the Alouettes. I heard, though, that you don't think his football career may necessarily be over.
Because this is the show that discusses flag football more than anybody and better than anybody going, my prediction is that free safety Marc-Antoine Dequoy ends up being Canada's top pass rusher at the LA 2028 Olympics. He is fast. He's fast. He's rangy. He's athletic, and he's long. He's got wide arms. He can get to the quarterback. He's got a motor, and he can fly. And so when you think about what getting after the quarterback means in flag football, the former 24 in Montreal makes a ton of sense to be the one to do that. If he's going to keep himself in shape, if he wants to do it, if he wants to continue to go for another couple of years into the Olympics.
I like it. I like the prediction. I think it's very valid.
Okay, let's talk Super Bowl.
Yeah.
New England needs to do what to win this game?
They need to run the ball. They need to have success running the football. They need to, in basketball terms, they need to take the air out of the basketball. They need to just have long, sustained drives. They need to keep the Seahawks defense on the field. The lower the score, the better the advantage for the Patriots. I don't want to get too into the weeds on, advanced stats, whatever. but 1-2 in the NFL in yards per carry to the weak side this year, Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson. So the Patriots can do it. Will they be committed to it? Will they have success with it? That to me becomes the question.
Do the Seahawks not have the best run defense in the National Football League?
Yeah.
So it's might against might.
Sure.
Run the screen. Run the screen. Run the quarterback.
Run the quarterback. Like, to me, Drake May can win this game as much with his legs as he can with his arm. And then if you start establishing Drake May as a runner, then when he's running out bootlegs and the rest, then that can really extend the passing game. Outside of Diggs, like, Diggs has got to have a huge game, doesn't he, Barney? Like, that's the guy.
It's a wishbone offense. That's what they're going to.
No, I think I wouldn't. The other thing that I wouldn't count out is the Patriots doing what the Patriots have always done, in the back of my mind, and watch out for some 2 tight end stuff.
Yeah.
Right? You got to throw something at them they're not expecting. What do you think about the Seahawks safety? Is it Nick Amenworry? It sounds like I saw a video of him walking out of a vehicle last night, and he looks like he's 75, and he just curled in a bonspiel for the first time in 15 years. Like, he looked like he could barely walk.
They say he's going to be good to go. I mean,
they're going to shoot him up with things in areas.
Yeah.
Right. There's a lot of acid going in a lot of different places. But everybody's lying now, right? Like, now it's game time decisions. They've already made all their decisions.
Yeah, there's no surprises now. They know what they're doing.
Is it time then? Is it time for your prediction? Or do you got anything else in the Super Bowl you want to talk about?
The one thing I will say is that I think what Sam Darnold showed in the NFC Championship game, like, all 3 touchdowns came in the face of pressure. And I know he had a lot of turnovers when under, facing the Heat this season. But I think Sam Darnold can deal with the pressure fine. I think that New England needs to find different ways of going about it. I think that's a big part of this game.
Do you see blitzes coming out of the secondary? Is that what you see?
I think they have to. I think they have to just, Sharky, I think they just have to keep mixing it up, man. I really do. Like, it just can't be the same thing. Like, it's got to be from all over. And look, if there's somebody who's going to be exotic, it's Vrabel. Like, Vrabel doesn't care. Like, no. It's
house money.
He's not shy. Yeah.
It's the house money. You're not supposed to be here. That whole,
right.
And don't get me wrong. That guy's been to a number. McDaniels has got a number of rings too. They are going in it saying, we're winning this game. This is how we're going to win it. The outside noise, though, to the team, boys, play loose. Play loose.
You're not supposed to be here.
We're not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I don't know. I've surprisingly never played in a Super Bowl, but that's how I think they would go about it.
You weren't?
You didn't have the acid.
You paid $4,000 to go. Yeah.
What sprinkle do you like for Sunday?
I like, well, I mean, this is very sprinkly. Pick 6 in the game pays like 40-1.
Okay.
75+ yard touchdown pays around the same.
Okay.
Will there be a pick 6 in the game that pays plus 550? I think that the one I really liked, and I didn't get in on it before the AFC Championship game, was Christian Gonzalez Super Bowl MVP. Like, this is before the Denver game. Paid 120-1. Now, I know what I just said about Sam Darnold, but if there's a pick or a pick 6, like, he's their best ball hawk, like, that to me is intriguing. So, yeah. And all the Patriots rushing overs. All the Patriots rushing overs.
Okay.
All right. I've
Got to go to an app. Just give me a minute.
Look at those tight ends. Anytime touchdown, maybe.
A little Hunter Henry in your life? Hunter Henry's the guy?
Don't sleep on Hooper. It's so good. 2 days away, 3 days away.
Will you be out cavorting, celebrating the Super Bowl somewhere, or relaxing at home with Western Pizza?
I think I'll just be laying low. It's a weird
me
one.
if
I'm
it's
usually
bad.
there, so I'm just gonna, be in sweats this time. So
Yeah. I might be at Silver Heights still to be. If we get some bad weather and we get some bad weather and I can't make it back from Winnipeg Sunday,
it happens.
I'll send you a screenshot.
there are a lot worse places to be than Silver Heights or Super Bowl.
Absolutely on Portage.
The Red
Here
Bar
we go.
in Moosomin would be
Watch. I'll go in. It'll be full of Seahawk fans.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to need some muscle. Brian Munz. I have to call up Munzie. Ken Weeb's out of town. Ken Weeb's out of town.
Ken Weeb's not your muscle.
I've tried to get Brian Munz's son to become a Vikings fan all these years. I don't know if I've succeeded or not. He's a Steph Curry guy.
Keep working.
All right. I'll text you on Sunday.
I look forward to
see how it all goes. I really like that pick 6 bet. I might hit that
too.
myself.
Yeah. I never thought of that one.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Yep.
Okay. See you, bud. Talk to you next week.
Thanks, man.
You got it.
Arash Madani, Coast to Coast, brought to you by Brian Golly, Smart Investing Solutions. So many sprinkles to play. And then there's all the props.
Yeah.
A lot of people are talking about the props. Before we go to break here, let's just look it up. Prairie Land Rentals text line. Sorry, I am a bit of an idiot. I didn't.
What'd you do?
So a number of people are like, so did you go on the jet? And you know what? I always forget that part of the story. No, we didn't.
No.
Because I did look up how hard it would be to get home from Newark, LaGuardia, or JFK, and it was actually even more of a mess. So he never took them up. If you missed the story in hour 1, that makes no sense to you. But I know some of you texted in here. James Hamilton's got a fake ticket story from the ACD concert in Taylor Field. We'll come back with that. It is the Sports Cage. We are streaming on our YouTube channel at sportscage.com. All right, Sharky. First off to you for clutch.
I'm going to go with pump jacks. Hey, those ribs and those chicken, whatever they were, tenders, they were delicious. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Nice work, pump jacks.
That makes you, if you can't go there for Sunday for the Super Bowl, makes you want to pick up maybe for your little potluck.
That's what I might do. There, pick up a little potluck.
Here's some Kerwin crispy ribs and some of these chicken. Yeah, they cut the nice chicken breast and they bread them themselves there.
Very nice.
And they're not very greasy.
No, they were not greasy at all. Loved it.
Yeah, it's all right. Colson?
Benny Walchuk, 800 games called.
800 games calling Junior A hockey. That's not including senior
or Junior B.
And I'm sure he's done some minor hockey along the way.
Sure. Yep.
How about some of those trips he had to make?
North Battleford to Steinbeck?
No, wasn't it even further? Was it Battleford to Steinbeck?
Yeah, Larange to Portage or something? Yeah.
Like danger pay-ish.
That's ridiculous.
Ish. Okay, James. That's Clutch Performer for Callan Solar. The solar in family company in Lumsden, Saskatchewan, whether it's for the livestock operation or for the home. If you're thinking solar for next year, they can come out and quote. Right now, the weather's nice. It's a good time to quote getting some solar on your house, cabin, or farmyard.
It would have worked.
I would actually, Clutch Performer, I would say Lindsey Vaughn.
Just for the comeback attempt.
For everything. But yeah, she's doing squats. There's video with her knee brace on, and she's getting ready to, with a ruptured ACL.
Can't be completely
She's
torn.
going down. Did you see the video?
No.
She's working out. Her trainer's there, yoga pants with knee brace over top of it, and she's doing some jumps and everything.
When you wreck your ACL, like you're done.
Knock on wood.
Yeah. It can't be a complete rupture.
Knock on wood. James on the Prairie Land Rentals text line. Anything you need renting, 600 Albert Street. You get to deal with the owner. He's got a fake ticket story going back to our Super Bowls.
Okay.
Ticket story where I can't believe that they let that one guy in the Houston one. I was like, you got so lucky. And there's always, the Super Bowl, there's always like at least two security checkpoints. It's the most safest place to be. The Arizona one, they had the choppers flying. Have you been to a hockey game or football game at Westgate in Arizona? Yep. So you know the area. There was a lot of tailgating. The Houston one, not so much. And they had the chopper fly by. So it felt like it was the height of a street light as I look outside. Not very high. And they had the hombres hanging outside with the guns. I think it was more just we got your backs. Optics. We are here, and we are aware of any funny business going on. It's World Series I went to, too, in Boston. They had things set up there where you felt actually really safe. James says, fake ticket story, AC/DC concert at Old Taylor Field. Get to our seats, 2 guys in them. I ask, can I see your tickets, please? 3 times the guy says something very rude. James, you probably had a few in you, too, and you're coming out a little cocky, let's be honest. Security watching, he beaked me again. He went full Rob Ray on the guy, section 25, row 20. Both got taken out by security after everything. This guy goes back to his seats. He had the originals. We had fake ones. Wow. They put us next to the stage. Great seats, great show. That worked out.
It doesn't always work out.
That would have been like a paper ticket.
It would have been a paper
scan
ticket.
to get in.
I don't even know if they were scanned back then. That was before scanning.
What?
Yeah. That was before scanning.
Like, it doesn't seem that long ago. What did they do? Rip it?
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
That was a fake ticket. The fake ticket guy's dream back then.
Before scanning, it was the illegal tickets were awesome, right?
Some of these tickets for the Round Lake Moosomin senior game, I saw them run those by a colored photocopier. No one's the wiser.
So you talked about that ink that rubbed off, or when you heated it up, it changed?
Unbelievable. Yeah.
It's called thermochromatic ink.
Yeah, because you're in that biz.
I'm in that biz. And we use that on a lot of tickets as we produce them, and a lot of other materials we produce for clients across Canada.
I said I was going to bring that Super Bowl ticket in. It's in a frame, but if you're watching the stream, let's say this was the ticket, and the back of it had all the disclaimers and everything. It's that hard cardboard. What paper is that? What's that?
It's a coated cover stock. Yeah.
Okay, and then on the back it was a drawing of the University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale.
Yep.
In what looks to be pencil.
Yep.
And you would rub it like this, with the heat is what you're talking.
Yep.
And the stadium would disappear, and then it came back.
Yes.
And then the fakes, you rub away and nothing's happening.
It doesn't disappear. That's the ticker. That's the catch. Yeah.
Colson?
AC/DC at Taylor Field was August 24th, 2009.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
That'd have been before that.
James, no scanning, boys. These tickets looked authentic. Yeah. James is messaging in.
Because when you could go, so let's say I stole the tickets off your desk in that time, right? I could sell those tickets because they're live and they look real, but you could then phone the stadium and have them canceled because you lost them. So the person that I sold them to still thinks they got live tickets, and they walk up and the scan doesn't work. Yeah.
So, this is a few years ago. Was it a sporting event or a concert? Might have been a concert. I think I was with my wife. We ordered good seats. Yep. We wanted to be all right. And no, it was my son and I at Foxborough Patriots game.
Love it.
Right behind the Patriots bench, second row up. We got a good deal on seats. There was 4 seats beside us that no one was using. I was like, well, that's really weird. Season opener, all that. All of a sudden, these young guys come down, and they got tickets, and they point, and we stand up, and then they go sit down. 4 of them. Enjoy the game. 4th quarter, they go, hey, just so you know, these were never our seats. They look online before the game what seats, right? So they buy the cheap seats, and then they walk down and hope that they get down, and then what a play.
I know a guy that did that for Oilers tickets back in the day. He knew there were 2 behind the bench in the middle of the row that weren't season tickets. So what he would do, he'd be in line buying nosebleeds, calling the box to see if those seats were available. No, they got sold. Okay, so then he wouldn't go down.
Great play.
And then, but he was down there so often that the other season ticket holders thought he was a season ticket holder.
Well, and then you make friends with the usher.
That's right. And so then he actually invited these bigwigs to his wedding because they thought he was a real season ticket holder, and that's what he unveiled, that he just
cost him a $70 roast beef pierogi cabbage roll plate. But hey,
he got a great gift.
It was worth it. Yeah, I've always went by the motto of make friends with the ushers when you're going to a game and you're watching a warm up or whatever, and then you know you got to get back to your peasant seats.
Yeah.
Because if you you always throw out a story that's branding.
Yep.
It's marketing. Throw out a story that they'll remember, something crazy, and then you come by and be like, hey, da-da-da-da, and they're like, oh, and they just wave at you.
Because they've got a memory of you. You get more bees with honey.
Yeah, my wife uses that all the time, too.
Well, that's
I don't
true,
really care. I like being a arse sometimes.
Yeah, and you get more flies.
Oh, Super Bowl stories, all that. Quickly, WHL. Now, we're going to talk to Dante in the next hour. We are going to have tickets to give away for the Regina Pats. In the next hour, cue to call. Pats take on the Saskatoon Blades tomorrow. Points so important.
Huge.
The Red Deer Rebels are idle tomorrow, so the Pats can jump in. The Moose Jaw Warriors sitting in 7th with 42 points. The Pats are 38, so 4 points back there, but Moose Jaw also has 2 games in hand on the Regina Pats. Prince Albert, they're the first team in the Western Hockey League to have the little X beside them.
Yep, they're in.
They have qualified for extra hockey.
They are in.
When it isn't, and they are going to be good. Prince Albert Medicine Hat Eastern Conference Final.
That's what it's looking
that
like.
Could be worth the trip.
Up.
That could be worth the trip to the Art Hauser to take the Sports Cage on the road. I should start going to the coffee room and plucking out the bottles and cans now and stashing them downstairs so we can make the trip to the Art Hauser.
So we got a budget.
What's your budget?
I like it.
Yeah. That could be really good. But the Pats are in action tomorrow night and Saturday as well. Big points on the line. WHL Report's brought to you by Affordable Trailer Sales, the annual outdoor RV celebration. February 6th to 16th. Every new unit comes with instant cash payments. They didn't go indoors, so they're passing those savings on to you. They're family run. They're not going anywhere. They're not changing hands, yada, yada. Affordable Trailer Sale. They're located on the South Service Road. Coulson.
I saw some Calgary Hitman players today when I was out getting some groceries. We're playing them Saturday. Guess we're the midway stop because they're going to Brandon first. I can tell you very reliably, I did not see any greens being bought. It was all Oreos and sodas.
Doritos, Oreos.
Yeah. They're in Brandon tomorrow. Yeah, so
they were just in PA, going to Brandon. So yeah, probably swung through here to
day off today.
Pit stop.
You can get the Oreos and soda pop in you today.
Yeah.
Maybe later tonight, start crushing the water and the Vicos and all that jazz.
Yeah, get liquid up after that. But yeah.
Remember, like what happened back in the day when after a hockey game, you get on a bus, there's just pizza, easy
burgers.
Now it's like, nope. There's
they have post-game meals now served at every rink.
Yeah, it's big time. That's our WHL report. Like I said, for Affordable Trailer Sales, still some time. Let's go to break here. Are we done? Are we done with the ribs and chicken fingers?
I don't have any left.
Thank you, Pump Jacks Cathedral.
Yeah, that was a rock star
You make a guy definitely want to come to the Super Bowl party. And the $6 pints make me want to make my way to 13th and Albert on Sunday to watch the Patriots and Seahawks. It's a Sports Cage. We'll be right back. We are on the home of local sports and sports in general in Saskatchewan, 620 CKRM. Couple of signings from the Saskatchewan Roughriders. They signed former Broncos receiver Tyree Cleveland, 6'2", 205, 4 years NFL experience, time with Denver. He also spent time with the Philadelphia Eagles and Indianapolis Colts. Another kicker's coming to camp. They've had former Michigan State kicker Jonathan Kim. He signed with the Chicago Bears as an undrafted free agent following the 2025 draft. At the Olympics today, mixed curling. Canada upset mixed doubles over the defending gold medalists from Italy, or world champs.
They hadn't lost a game yet.
7-2. They also beat Norway 6-3. They're on a roll. They're on a heater, and it's not even the opening ceremonies. Women's hockey, Canada was supposed to play Finland, but Finns, they're all sick. So that one's postponed a week. Prairie Junior Hockey League, Fort Knox hosting Southern Rebels tonight. AAA at the Sexy Six. Pats are home to the Warman Wildcats, 8 p.m. And National Hockey League, only one Canadian team in action. The Ottawa Senators are in Philadelphia. SportsCage.com poll today. Will Canada win gold in men's hockey at the Olympics? Sharky?
They've added Seth Jarvet. I like it.
Yes. Braden Point is out. Yep. Seth Jarvis is taking his place. I know there's a number of texts here already. People saying, excuse me? He was at the Four Nations, though.
Yeah.
He's comfortable. They're comfortable with him.
They're very much aware of what they're getting with Seth. So it's not a bad move. It's not a terrible decision. Everybody's got an opinion on it. Hyman's a great pick here. So would have been Scheifele. I don't think Bedard was the right replacement. No.
Hyman?
I do like Hyman there.
What about Robertson?
He's an American.
No, sorry. What's the other guy I'm thinking of? You said Scheifele.
Scheifele, yeah.
Yeah. And then we got into the American thing earlier, and I'm like, Cole Caulfield. How don't you have that guy on your team?
I don't know how they didn't take him.
But then it's the same thing with Canada, and people are saying, how didn't you have this guy and this guy and this guy on the team? So the ticker is for Extreme Hockey and Sport, located, regular location on Halifax Street at the Cooperator Center, and now in Moose Jaw at Temple Garden Center. Home of the price match guarantee. Sales on right now, especially when it comes to Yetis. 20% off Yetis. Cold drinks, easy sips, serious Yeti quality. 20% off. Extreme Hockey and Support, they are local, they support local. Home of the price match guarantee. Let's go talk on the line. He is with us. I got to, first off, Crofty from Croft Electric. This is the Croft Electric part of the program where we hit. But when does NASCAR start?
First race next Sunday.
Yep, the Sunday after Super Bowl. Daytona 500, biggest race of the year.
Yep, Great American Speedway. Can't wait.
So are we? Is the NASCAR report starting next week?
Next week. We're back in next week.
Next week. Okay.
Lots of news next week. We'll have lots of news and updates.
So it really kind of gets jumbled in there with the Olympics, I guess. Super Bowl will be done.
Yep.
The Great American Race, man, it's coming. This week it's the Waste Management.
In
Super Phoenix.
Bowl. Yeah.
Oh, we should be there, fellas. Have you ever gone to that one, Crofty?
No, I've never been there. No. I've been to Phoenix, but never been to the Waste Management.
We got to really look into our SportsCage trip. We haven't had one in a few years. SportsCage listeners to Phoenix
last week.
NASCAR.
Last week you guys were talking about Duval. We could start small, go to Duval, Saskatchewan, play in the old barn, put the Duval Teddy Bears jerseys on, and then hopefully build up to Phoenix.
It's a good way. I like how you start small and we work up from there. That's a nice touch, Crofty. Yes.
I'm going straight to Phoenix. Sorry, fellas. Not that I don't like a nice little twirl on an small town Sasky barn, but I think we should go to Phoenix.
Yeah.
Are you're gonna be watching the Olympics, Crofty? I know you got like a million things on the go though, and all the times for like the hockey games and some of this stuff pretty weird.
Yeah, I'm a big coffee in the morning. I like to start my day with about a half-hour coffee, checking messages, getting ready for my day, and I always have TSN on. So I love the Olympics for whatever weird and wonderful sport is playing at 5 a.m. and you're sitting there watching it. All of a sudden you're late for work because you've watched the luge or biathlon or something you would never watch on a regular Saturday morning.
Ice dance. Yeah. Getting down to the
I can see you being a big ice dance fan, Crofty. I can see that being
huge.
Yeah.
And Sharky opened my eyes last night to two-man curling or mixed two-human curling. That's a new thing. I didn't know that was a thing.
That it's crazy. It reminds me of being absolutely buckled in the Robert curling rink, and me and my buddy taking on the other two guys playing for drinks, and all of a sudden this is in the Olympics, and I'm like, what? Although I did fall, and I hit the ice so hard with my elbow, it was like a bowling, like a little baseball on there.
You probably hacking darts, drinking right on the ice.
Yeah, I don't know if we were smoking. We probably have a chaw in for sure, and yeah, getting after it. I remember though, some of the hardcore curlers were getting angry with us because our drinks were too close to the ice and the pebble, and
could be a spill.
I didn't want to start getting kicked out of Robert, Saskatchewan. This weather out here, everything's melting. A little sloppy out there. This must be good for you guys when you're trying to get the work in at Croft Electric.
Oh, 100%. I mean, it's nice. I mean, I hate, we all like a little, what does it say on my truck right now? +7 in in early February, and we are getting some extra stuff done outside. But we all know it's going to turn cold again, and it's going to turn to a slippery mess. Geez, I can't talk. I was out too late with Sharky last night.
Uh-oh.
Croft Electric should give a case of windshield wiper fluid with every home
bag
home job
of salt de-icer
or generator. No, but what do we want to talk about today on the electrical side, Crofty?
Well, and we're still pumped about our preferred customer program we've rolled out for 2026. We've got a bunch of people signing up for that, and we're purposely keeping space open for service calls to come out and do that 24-point inspection of your home, business, farm, ranch, whatever it is. We'll do some thermal imaging of your panel, check out the connections, make sure there's no heating, make sure there's no hot spots, nothing to worry about. Gives us a real good look and feel, kind of open up, if there's a car analogy, kind of open up the hood, check everything out, make sure everything's good. If there's any bad spots, we can, look at either costing a repair or fixing it right away if it's doable right on that call. But what it really does is makes it so cost effective when we come back, because we know what kind of panel you have, we know your system, we know what's going on. It just cuts our service calls the next time we come out in half.
All right. How does everyone find you? I know you're out on the socials.
Yeah, for sure. Follow us on the socials. Check in tomorrow for Friday Funny. And then, you can call it. Well, for our website, for sure, there's a link on there. You can sign up for the, there's a contact us kind of page. You can fill all the information out there. And then, of course, 306-586-1333.
All right, Crofty, have a good weekend. Go Patriots. And we get going with NASCAR Report next weekend.
Sounds good. I did sprinkle because you said your heart and your head are on the Patriots, so I went all in. I put a boatload of money down. It was a canoe boatload, not a yacht or anything, canoe, but
Dan Croft from Croft Electric.
Look forward to seeing you sweat on Sunday.
Us, on the show there. Okay, back, and I know someone just texted in, Prairie Land Rentals text line, Seth Jarvis. Yep, we've been talking about it. Seth Jarvis is in for the injured Braden Point, who is just gutted. And I get, Arash goes, they're professional athletes, and I don't feel bad for them. I do. He's
still disappointed. Yeah. There's no way you couldn't be disappointed that you're not going to the Olympics.
Mark McMorris had the release on Instagram. He's not going in the big air tonight, but he's going to be ready for the
slope
style, which happens in a little over a week. So there's some days to rest. Sounds like he hit his head pretty good.
Yeah.
And that spill yesterday. Yeah, the Olympics are here. Opening ceremonies are tomorrow night.
Well, tomorrow
morning, tomorrow night there. It's going to be fun to follow. Like I said, the curling team is mixed curling.
Why don't they do the opening ceremonies before they start having the events? I'm a little
confused.
Going to
pack it all in. Well, I would suspect you only got so many days.
It's a 3-week event now, right? Based on ice time, they just don't have enough ice.
And the finish hockey team. How's the plumbing?
Yeah.
They're finding that out. Yeah, the Finnish hockey team couldn't play Canada today because they got the norovirus, which, as we learn, is
very contagious.
It's bad. When you got an event with this many people, and now you got to quarantine, hard quarantine. Even when they're out of quarantine, they're going to be looked at funny.
And like Arash was saying, how the dressing rooms are shared, and you don't hold your own dressing room the whole time, and just use of facilities and everything else. Like, it's going to be super tough to totally quarantine this team and keep them away from everybody. And if this thing goes through an Olympic Village, look out! Like, this would be a disaster. It would be
survival of the fittest.
It would be an epic.
How did you win your gold medal? Well, everyone else was quarantined or in the bathroom. I was the only one that competed. You got people out there figure skating in sweats. You got diapers on underneath. Never know. I won gold, though. I was the only one that made it.
Yeah. The guy, hyaluronic acid will be the least of the problem with those ski jumpers.
Well, is that a story and a half? Hour 3's coming up. Glen Suitor is going to be with us. Senior Hockey Report. We're going to hear from Theron Fleury, who's coaching the Round Lake Bears, Senior A, and a former Saskatchewan Rough Rider who's just released a book. Oh, and we're giving away Pat's tickets next hour. It's coming up. We'll go to news. We'll be right back. Hour 3 of the show, like you said, for Access Communications. Sharky's in the pit. It's for Flooring Superstore. Trent taking in his team, cash and carry prices, or they can find someone to do the flooring for you. Colson's in the board. If you're watching, you see the aerial view there. We're rolling. We're only 2.5 days away from the Super Bowl. Let's go.
Love the satellite view.
Patriots.
I know you're cheering for the Pats, but
I know. I'm not super confident. We're still going to give away Pat's tickets in this hour as we talk to Dante DeCarrier, a former Saskatchewan Rough Rider who just wrote a book and it's been released.
Yes.
Interesting. On that Senior Hockey Report, we're going to hear from Theron Fleury, who's coaching the Round Lake Bears. Hockey news. When it comes to Team Canada going over to Italy, Braden Point, former Moose Jaw Warriors, unfortunately not going.
He's staying home.
Seth Jarvis will be taking his spot. We talked at the start of the show. We were trying to stay on the ball, and it was Benny Walchuk who came on and broke it for us. We thought maybe Zach Hyman. We thought maybe Connor Bedard, maybe Mark Scheifele.
Yeah.
But it will be Seth Jarvis, which he was decent at the Four Nations.
It's not a bad choice.
Lots of people are criticizing it. I think even the Prairie Line Rentals text line
is a buzz.
I don't know if we know more than Armstrong, Cooper, that whole staff.
I'm going to go with they're probably a little more.
I think they might be a little bit more in tune. It's like when people criticize the Jeremy O'Day and stuff. I think they might be a little more in tune.
They spend a lot more time on it.
But I guess that's why we're fans.
Yeah.
We're allowed to react. I don't mind it. I think Canada's D-heap.
Yeah, I do too. Seth Jarvis, I mean, he's an offensive talent, plays well in his own zone. He's going to be good with the puck. It doesn't matter who he plays with. So, yeah, it's a good addition.
Mark McMorris not going into the big air. Sounds like he's got a bad head after that fall yesterday.
Bunk.
So he's going to rest a week and then hopefully be ready for the slope style.
Slope style. That's what he's going to be ready
for. Slope style. Canadian women's hockey team didn't play today because the Finns, they got the norovirus.
They're all sick. 13
of them in quarantine. We'll see how that plays out over the next little bit. And then Canadian curling team, mixed curling, 3-0.
Mixed doubles.
3-0. Yep. They dumped the Italians, who are the defending champs today.
Previously undefeated 7-2. Italians.
Previously undefeated. All right, so that's kind of a quick rundown. Let's go out on the Western Pizza guest hotline. Western Pizza had their Have a Heart night last night. That's still no excuse not to order a wheel or any of the Greek favorites you love tonight.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, look at the weather. It's like spring outside. Things are melting. I feel bad. Yesterday, this happens probably a lot on the West Coast with suits. I was driving, and I'm very cautious to not splash anybody.
Yes.
And then another truck, and I think I almost splashed a lady by accident. I felt so bad. Like I was going to pull over, but then she kind of kept walking like nothing happened. So I'm like, I think I missed it. But it's very it's very wet out there, lots of puddles. Be careful. Be good humans. Don't be filming it and laughing. Did you see the kids in Saskatoon that set up the instead of a lemonade stand,
Splash me stand.
windshield wiper fluid stand. And I don't know if that's fake, but I saw it on online. Glen Suitor press coverage. Here we go. Glenn, sloppy out here. It's raining. I heard you got a new setup. You got like new headphones, a new microphone. Did your tax return come back? You went out shopping or what?
No, I'm actually talking to my son about the music and some other things that we're working on. And he goes, hey, by the way, when you're on the podcast back in, or the stream back in Saskatchewan, are you using your mic? And I went, oh, yeah, no, I forgot about that mic, because this mic was bought when we were in the pandemic and we were still doing stuff on TSN and we were doing preview things and a look back at the year before and all those things, trying to fill a lot of TV time.
Dead air time.
When there was no games to do. So that's when I got it. And then I thought, you know what? Thank you for reminding me. I'll try and get that set up.
Is it a Yeti? Is that the brand name of it? Or is it a blue something or other? Because it's
a good question.
Those two companies made a lot of money out of COVID when everyone was starting podcasts. Yeah. Those if you could go back, I would invest in Zoom.
Yes.
Or these microphone outfits. Probably Zoom, though.
They did well.
Yeah.
They did very well.
Hey, Super Bowl Sunday, obviously. Yeah. Big Patriots talk over here. We've been talking about the Seahawks as well. Have you ever covered a Super Bowl? I was curious.
Yeah, actually, early on in my broadcasting career, I tried to talk TSN into allowing me to do other sports. In fact, I did some reporting for SportsCenter in the NHL. I covered the Vancouver Canucks. I was actually around when there was the head smashing with the stick, and I don't even remember the.
That was Todd Bertuzzi.
No, that was Marty McSorley. On Donald Brashear.
Marty McSorley.
That's right.
That's right.
But Todd Bertuzzi did something too.
But that was before that. He suckered that guy.
No, I think it was after that. Look it up.
Okay.
Might have been after. Anyway, I was in the building working for SportsCenter that night, and with David Pratt. I don't know if you remember that name.
Yeah.
And he was the veteran reporter and basically told me, you go to one locker room, I'm going to the other. This is the story nationally, no matter what. None of the scores matter. None of what's happening on the ice matters. This is going to carry for a month or two. But yeah, to answer your question, I've been to a couple Super Bowls. San Diego with Tampa Bay and Oakland. I don't know if you remember that one way back. Very interesting to be in press conference time with a guy like John Gruden. And I know that he's, a lot has come out in some of his emails and things like that, well beyond that Super Bowl. But that was a blowout win by Tampa Bay and his team that year. And being in a press conference with John Gruden is unique. It's one of those, the way he talks, and it's like he is doing a motivational speech in a press conference after every question. And it was really quite remarkable. I was just sitting there thinking, man, I'd like to play in this game the way he's talking. Now, I know he's gotten into some trouble and things since then, but and then San Diego, that was a great game. I mean, that was the Atlanta game with the Rams and the Titans, and that was right down to the goal line, last play. Kurt Warner, who tried out in the CFL for years and couldn't get a tryout, and then ends up being the Super Bowl MVP because he has the big game and the big play down to the wire for the Rams, and they beat the Titans. So,
well, those are two good Super Bowls, man. Because the first one, just to go back to that was the one. And as I start to think about it, it's always kind of been I've always been curious on it, because that's the one John Gruden left Oakland. He got traded. Coach got traded to Tampa Bay that ended up playing him in the Super Bowl, which they won. That's...
And Nick Callahan, I think Callahan was the coach in Oakland at the time. And I think, was it Callahan or... Yeah, I think what was his name.
If I knew that, I'd be hardcore.
he was on the crew with Gruden when Gruden left, so they were sort of buddies facing each other in the Super Bowl. But I would say this to fans that are getting ready for their Super Bowl parties, and I'm certainly going to enjoy it. I use it sort of as a working tool, obviously, to see how they cover it and all the different things that, maybe I could steal some ideas from some of the analysts. But, I going to a Super Bowl is very expensive, and it's not the same sort of party atmosphere. It's very corporate, obviously jam-packed stadiums. When I was, and you mentioned security through the roof. Like you can barely take a breath without them noticing and saying, show me what you have in your briefcase, kind of thing. I remember it being crowded. You guys ever been to Disneyland at Christmas time?
Yes.
No. What? Yeah. At Christmas time? No.
Yeah.
Another
okay.
story.
So
Yeah.
I did that once. I was doing a story at Cal State Fullerton it was Alan Pitts, Mike Pringle, and Damon Allen that had both come out of Cal State Fullerton, which is real close to Disneyland. So I'm doing the story in the off season, and I go and talk to the coach and that coached all three and all of that. And then I thought, let's just go to Disneyland. I'll take the family down with me. I'll do the story. We'll go over to Disneyland at Christmas time. Well, the streets through Disneyland jam-packed to barely moving. And I thought, if something happened in the middle of this crowd and they dispersed outwards, I have to figure out a way to throw my 8-year-old son over this fence so he doesn't get crushed. And,
wow.
When I've been to Super Bowls and covering them, it's very similar. I mean, the jam-packed area where the Super Bowl is happening is, it's jam-packed outside with people and very corporate in the events and things like that. Like if you're going to a Super Bowl party, which I got a chance to do. In fact, at one, Madonna was playing.
Oh, yeah. Not like that would have been like in the late 90s, early 2000s?
Early 2000s, yeah. 2003 and 2000, yeah.
Not like Madonna, Holiday,
no.
Like a Virgin.
That's the 80s.
Like a Prayer.
80s.
Late 80s.
Late 80s.
Those are good tunes.
But my point is that if you're planning your Super Bowl party and you're kind of like envious of people that are at the game, don't be. Your Super Bowl party is going to be fun, and watch it on TV with all the great angles.
Yeah. No, it's no fun being at a Super Bowl at all.
Well, it's not the party the Grey Cup is. It's not the same party.
It's just different. It's just different. It's quite corporate. You're going to spend what, $3,000 per ticket, probably $3,000 or $4,000 now.
More. Yeah.
Yeah. Today, 4,700 Canadian to get in.
Yeah. And and I've always said that you can create whatever party you want. It can be a good one or a bad one. It doesn't matter what's happening around you. So I'm sure, Barney, that's where you have had your big parties, which you're going to make it fun anyway, no matter what. I just walked around observing and thinking, man, this is very different. The in-house stuff, the stuff that you need a ticket for. Very corporate, like people walk around dressed up and they're saying, I want to be seen at this event. And then you go to Media Row and there are some real cool guys to talk to that hang around, and like Doug Flutie, like you guys talked to the other night.
Here's the we got 4 minutes left. I told you I'd tell you this predicament I'm in.
Yes.
And I haven't shared it with Sharky. Yes. This gambling / betting predicament. We're in the season-long survivor pool. Let's say there's around 8 Gino for the winner. Okay. Yep. As you took your attention. Now it's real money. So the problem is, Buddy and I kind of go at it together. I got under my name, he's got under his name. We made it deep before. The year I won was 2015. It was me and one guy left. He took the Seahawks. I took the Patriots.
Last play of the game.
I was at the game. Patriots win. Interception on the goal line. I totally forgot about it till I got home. I'm like, the pot wasn't that big back then. This year, it's down to 4 guys, and everyone, me and my buddy, we want to split. Let's just get our 2 and get out. But no, everyone's riding it to the end. So now we're in the predicament where it's technically under his name, so he's trumping in on me, and I don't want to fight it. But we're taking the Seahawks. Oh, I know. So talk about the situation that I'm in on Sunday. Because then one guy's going to take the Patriots, I think. So if he wins,
he gets it all.
Oh yeah. There's my predicament.
Barney, when you're watching the game now, you are stuck. I mean, you can look at it, I guess, 2 ways. You could look at it and say, well, Seattle's beating me up. I'm going to win. Cool. And if my Patriots win, I lose the money, but
I don't.
My Patriots.
It's not fun. I don't envy me on Sunday. The roller coaster of emotions.
Every play.
I'll be pouring a very stiff Last Mountain Old Fashioned and sipping on that. Okay, couple minutes left though. Do you got a prediction for this one? How do you see this one going?
You're not a prediction guy. We know that.
Yeah. What do you predict this one?
No, this one I'm all over. Okay, so I'm taking the Seahawks.
Okay.
I'm looking at 2017. I think it will be close. I really do. I think this young quarterback is going to probably struggle a little bit down in the red zone if they get down there. And I'll go back to the analytics that I think usually comes out on top on these games is the defense. The best defense usually wins. Now, the Patriots have been the hottest defense through the playoffs probably, but Seattle's been the best defense all year long. And as I mentioned last week, that stat where when your number 1 defense in points allowed plays a top offense in points for, the defense is 8-1 in the Super Bowls. The only time that changed was when San Francisco beat Denver in 1989.
Did you write down his prediction?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at Seahawks just because of that defense. You know, Drake May has been sacked 5 times in every playoff game he's played in this year, and somehow has found a way. So that's what gives you hope, I think, Barney. But you know, he's going to have to run. He's going to have to create with his legs. He's going to have to make some magic happen to open up the interior run game, because it's a great, you know, I love when everyone says, well, they're going to have to just pound the ball, run the ball. And if they can run the ball successfully, then the Patriots can win this game. Well, I'm sure that the Seahawks are sitting in their meetings going, let's make Drake May become a pocket passer. To beat us.
They're going to, for sure. Okay, Sharky, we haven't got yours yet. Colson, write it down. Your prediction, score.
27-13. Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
27-13 Seattle.
I think that's crazy. Mine.
It'll be 20-13.
Colson, 27-24. Boston area football team. Okay. We're out of time. Just like that.
Okay, buddy. Hey,
Super Bowl.
And here's a prop if he's healthy. Cooper Kupp over 30 yards. Check it out. I think it's a good one.
I like it.
Okay, Suits.
We've had a lot of good advice today.
We'll regroup on Tuesday.
And the Gatorade shower for both teams, blue. It's going to be blue.
See you, Suits.
Take that one.
Thanks, man.
Press coverage with Glen Suitor. Yeah, so all the predictions are in. There we go. Okay, we're going to go to break. We're going to come back. Ticker, Senior Hockey Report, talking to Theo Fleury, and then you and I are going to chat with a former Saskatchewan Roughrider who has just released a book.
Like it.
It's a Sports Cage. We'll be right back. The Riders are bringing in another kicker to the competition. They've added former Michigan State kicker Jonathan Kim, signed with the NFL Chicago Bears as an undrafted free agent following the 2025 CFL draft. Spent a portion on the team's training camp roster. He's from Michigan State. Made 19 of 21 field goals in 2024. At the Olympics, Canada in the upset lab today. They upset, well, is it an upset? I don't know. They beat Italy, stopping the Italy duo's 22-match win streak in mixed doubles, 7-2. They won there. If you didn't hear, Canada's supposed to play Finland in women's hockey. Postponed. Basically, the full Finnish team was sick. Hockey in and around the area tonight. We got some AAA, Warman Wildcats, Regina Pat Canadians, 8 p.m. at the Sexy Sixer, National Hockey League, one Canadian team. Ottawa is in Philadelphia. Things wind down there. Prairie Junior Hockey League, we got to mention this one too. Assiniboia is at the Southern Rebels, 7:30 puck drop in the Fort. And the SportsCage.com poll today, will Canada win gold in men's hockey at the Olympics? Vote at SportsCage.com. It's for Regina Steelcraft Doors, made in Western Canada, for Western Canada. If you need a garage door, they got one at Regina Steelcraft Doors.
Time now for the Saskatchewan Senior Hockey Report on the Sports Cage. Brought to you by Warren Steinley, MP for Regina Leuven, always on Saskatchewan's side. And Croft Electric, 28 years of trusted, reliable home, farm, and commercial service for all electrical needs. CroftElectric.com and all socials.
Senior Hockey Report. Monday Nooner guys are here. Senior Hockey and league time. Interesting. First off, let's go to one league, the Notikeww Belts. Where are we?
Barn, fellas, Boz, we're heading into playoffs out there. Radville's taking on Milestone this weekend. Gravelberg's in Cornack. Yellowgrass is playing Assiniboia, and Avonlea and La Flèche face off in the quarterfinals out there in the queue. Then we got a semi best of 5. End this thing off with a best of 7 championship series later in the month.
I would tell everybody to check out some provincial action this weekend. By far the busiest weekend we will have provincial hockey-wise in the province for the year. By my count, there are 8 games on Friday, 16 teams in action. Saturday, there's 13 games, possibly 14, depending what happens Friday. Could have 28 teams on the ice playing provincial senior hockey on Saturday, which is remarkable to see that much action. And it's all around the province. I know I'm going to be in Davidson for the Lumsden-Davidson Senior A game. There's a big matchup up the 11 in Kenniston. They're home to Wynyard in game 2. Folks around Raymore, they've got Drake in game 1 of a Senior A quarterfinal series. Redvers is home to Langenberg. Man, they're all over.
The one thing that we talked about on the Nooner that you mentioned, Grayson is back. They're in provincials. They haven't played in a long time.
I heard 45 plus years since there's been a senior game in Grayson. The Tigers, they revived their logo from the 80s. And they put together a ragtag group of locals, older vets, some guys in their mid-40s, some guys in their teens, and everything in between. And they're going to be playing Provincial D against the Q Park Canucks. Game 1, I believe, is Saturday in Grayson, 7:30. Be a big event out there.
That's massive. Good job, everyone in Grayson, Saskatchewan, getting senior hockey back going here for provincials. Ochapowace rink going to be buzzing this weekend because we got Friday, Ochapowace in D opens up, and then Saturday A, it's Round Lake hosting Moosomin. Then they're going to do the return thing. They're going head-to-head with the Super Bowl. They don't care. They're going in Moosomin on Sunday. A couple of weeks ago, we caught up with head coach of the Round Lake Bears on the Monday Nooner. That is Theo Fleury. Here is that interview. Interesting one. Theo coaching Round Lake. Round Lake's back in, and then they have you listed as the head coach. How does this come about, Theo?
Well, last year through Holte, they were in Calgary playing in a hockey tournament, and so Holte said, "Hey, you want to play some hockey?" And I said, "Sure, why not?" So I ended up playing for Round Lake last year. We won the tournament, but being, over 55, playing in an over 35 tournament, it was crazy. And then we just got done this weekend because I played again. And we ended up losing a game. And so when you lose a game, you got to work your way back. So I played 6 games in 2 days, and I can't even move.
So before you start playing with them last year, are you skating once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month kind of thing? Because I remember
once a year. Yeah. I don't have any desire anymore to haul my gear down to a rink, and that's the people say, well, you don't play any rec hockey. I'm like, that's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Yeah.
You got these donkeys out there who still think that there's a scout standing in the corner of a rink with a contract that maybe he has a chance to still has a chance to make it. But I have to always remind those guys, just leave me alone. And then if they don't leave me alone, I say, I have 1,800 penalty minutes in the show. And I go 900 of them are stick infractions. So get away from me, or I'll have to carve you up like a Christmas turkey.
What are you expecting?
I don't really have any expectations. This is my first time coaching any level. Besides when I was playing, I used to run a hockey school in Calgary for, 15 years and whatnot. But I'm excited about the opportunity. I know how important senior hockey is in Canada. And, when I was growing up as a kid, the closest, NHL team we had was the Winnipeg Jets. And, we couldn't afford to go to the games. So, the Russell Rams senior team was like our pro team, right? And those are the guys that we looked up to, and those are the guys that we went and watched on Saturday nights and, watched them play, watched them brawl, watched them, the whole 9 yards. And, my dad was a senior hockey player pretty much his whole entire career. And so, I just think it's really great because when you think about hockey, the grassroots in small town Canada, that's where hockey lives. It doesn't live at the Saddle Dome in Calgary, it lives in the small towns. And, that's why every small community has a rink, because that's the livelihood of the little town. And that's where your kids go, to learn how to be a part of a team. It's where you go to catch up on all the gossip around town, Mm-hmm. And from my understanding, Ochap's got a brand new rink, and apparently they pack it every time they play, and so that'll be fun to be around that. And to be honest, I don't even know who's on our team. I won't meet those guys until probably the Friday night for the one practice we're going to have before, we head out on this journey. But from what I understand, we have a really great hockey team. And so it'll be, my job to get them to play together and, come up with some sort of simple system that we can play to be successful.
That's funny that you bring that up, right? Because we talked about you the last time, and I did a feature pod on it on Horse Lake. Because I remember I was still playing, and it was cool what happened, and unfortunately, and then you guys lose, right? Like the end of the storybook was supposed to be winning, and you ran into Thunder Bay and things went there.
Well, we ran into
the goalie. Yeah.
The goalie was good, but the refs were absolutely embarrassing.
Yeah. So when you say you haven't coached before, but you obviously know hockey really well, gold medal, Stanley Cup, yada yada. So do you think, Theo, you'll just kind of sit back, maybe that practice, maybe the first serve, and then your hockey instinct, that strategy, knowing this guy's going to play good with this guy, I think, and all that. You think that'll just kind of kick in?
Yeah, I don't really foresee any issues. I played at the highest level. I was one of the, greatest players of my era. Played on a boatload of championship teams in my day, and When it comes to coaching, it's about, you're like the team psychologist, and you're going to have to get your guys really well quickly and know how you can handle them. But, the biggest thing for me is, and the reason why I was so successful was I competed at the highest level. And so my team will be very highly competitive. They'll be physical and we'll be playing really, really fast, and, we'll take advantage of teams that don't have as much depth as we have, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
because I imagine every senior hockey team in Saskatchewan has one big line that gets all the points and whatever. But because we'll have a lot of depth, I'll be able to capitalize on those second, third, and fourth line.
You'll probably see as you go along. You'll see two lines, and then like Keniston, 3 pretty good lines last year. Lumsden's going to be close to that. It's going to be really good hockey. There's no doubt about it. Like you said, the pack rink and all that. It's funny, you don't know any of the players on the team, or have you played with a few of them?
I might have last year in that tournament, but but no, I don't really know anybody. But yeah, I'm excited about the opportunity. I'm looking forward to it, and every time I'm in Saskatchewan, it reminds me of being home. And I'm not far from Russell, being out in Ochap or Mooseman or whatever it is. So it'll be fun to run into some people that I met 30, 40 years ago, who are still hanging around the rinks. And
I can't imagine how many pictures you're going to end up taking and how many autographs, which is great.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they have a back door in the Ochap rink, and I'll just park my car there and sneak out.
Like you used to with Horse Lake, right? You know that you go fly into a different airport style. Senior hockey, what a weekend all over. Listen to the Monday Nooner if you want the full update and the top 10. We're covering it here on the SportsCage as well. Senior Hockey Report brought to you by Warren Steinley and Croft Electric. It's a SportsCage. I'll be right back. Welcome back to the SportsCage for Access Communications on Thursday. Sharky is here when Sharky's here for Flooring Superstore. Trent Dickin and his team, over 20 years in business. Now we've been talking about it all show. We're days away from the Super Bowl. The Olympics are on, and things are busy. We're already winning things. Yep. Western Pizza guest hotline. We teed this up earlier. Western Pizza, plan your Super Bowl party. Maybe do the pre-order thing. Yes. Probably going to be busy on Sunday. Any of the Western Pizzas you can order online or call. Joining us on the Western Pizza guest hotline, former Saskatchewan Rough Rider Quinn Magnuson is joining us. Quinn, nice to see you. It's been a while.
Gentlemen, it's great to be talking to some Saskatchewan people again now that I moved out to British Columbia, but happy to be home, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you didn't miss the -50 cold snap that we had a week and a half ago.
I'm looking at an open golf course with grass showing, so I'm pretty happy out here.
Oh, yeah.
Are you on the island, Quinn? Is that where you're at? Or are you in the mainland?
No, I'm actually in Radium Hot Springs. So we're right on the Alberta border in the Kootenay Mountains, and we're on the 16th fairway here at Radium Resort Golf Course. And man, it's the thing about winter out here, I don't have to plug in my truck, and I don't have to worry about what jacket I'm wearing day to day, so it's awesome.
All right. Well, that sounds good. That is a plug for
thanks for the motivational speech.
Tourism, and the great town and area of Radium Hot Springs. No, we brought you on here, Quinn, because you have a book out, and we were kind of chatting about it and texting back and forth. First off, Rider Nation, SportsCage listeners out there, explain the book and the journey to get this done.
Yeah, so the book is called Effort Over Results, and really where it was born out of is years and years, obviously, as a father. My kids are in their 20s now, but just learning the lesson of growing, more resilient, more confident kids, but then translating that into employment with your employees, into the classroom, as teachers with students, and then really as coaches with your athletes. and praising them for the effort they put in and making sure that that's the messaging that they're hearing, because really that's what their self-worth is built on. It's something they can control. They can control their attitude and their effort, right? It sounds cliche, but that's the one thing they have control over. So when you praise that, they feel like they can replicate that. They can continue to do that and then gain that praise for it. It doesn't mean that we're not focused on results. They still want to win games. They still want to, set goals. But when the messaging is only results based, when it's only based on achievement and accolades, kids tend to build their self-worth on that, and then they grow more fearful, less resilient, less confident, because they don't take on challenges. They don't take on greater risks, because they just want to stay safe, where mom and dad or the coach or the teacher, have called them smart or athletic or talented. And so really the book was born out of that. It's also a business book, though, because I think a lot of business owners have a tendency to focus only on revenue, KPIs, metrics, results. They preach that. Yeah, you guys know this. They preach that to their employees, and then their employees feel like, well, it doesn't matter how much I do, I can't win because we're not getting the results. But then if you focus on the effort that they put in, they feel like they can replicate that. And so that's really what this was born out of. It started as a business book based on the story of my life as a professional athlete, as a father and a husband, as a business owner, and as a coach and a teacher. And all 4 stages of my life in those 4 areas really is what wrote this book, and it comes out this week.
I watched a couple pieces on you today getting ready for this and making sure that I was prepared. You told a great story about track and field. And although you didn't win, you set a personal best. So again, you were focused on your effort and your results. Could you relay that story again?
Yeah, I grew up in a family, for those of you who know my family, like my uncle played for the Blackhawks for 10 years, coached him for 2. My cousin Steve Mazurek played for the Riders for a bunch of years. My brother and I were both really into sports, obviously, and so we had an athletic background. But my family never preached, win at all costs, or why aren't you a champion, or why aren't you, winning. Really what the message in my family and the Magnuson family really was about effort. And so I remember one particular instance where I had come in 8th. I think it was at like a junior nationals for Canadian track and field. And I was really upset about it. And, my coach came by and he's like, I don't know what you're so upset about. You PR'd, like you had hit a personal record for yourself and you made the junior national team. So this would have been at senior nationals. And I was like, yeah, but I lost. And he's like, who cares that you lost? You couldn't have done any better than you did today because you put in the effort and the time and the training to get to this point. So celebrate that. And that's something that, guys, I don't think we do enough of, is celebrating those little wins along the way. Like for those people, for example, who are, trying to lose weight, like just going to the gym on day 1 is a huge accomplishment, right? Doing it every day consistently are the wins. It's not about how much weight you lost. And then as far as athletics go, it's like, okay, you might not have won, but did you improve your ability? Did you improve on a personal record? Did you improve on things that you can control? And so really that's what this message is. It's like, what can we control? And that's only our effort. And so whether, like I said, it's the classroom, it's an employee, it's your own children, make sure that messaging is 80-20, 80% based on their effort and what they put into it, as opposed to all about, you didn't win, we didn't get the championship, we didn't get the A or the 90%, or we didn't hit KPIs and metrics. But that other story, Sharky, is also my daughter did the same thing. And that was the day that this was born, was my daughter had broken a provincial record swimming against girls older than herself, but finished last and was crying at the side of the pool. I'm like, Annika, I said, you broke a provincial record. She's like, I did? I'm like, yeah. She goes, but I came in last. I go, what does it matter? And I said, even the provincial record doesn't matter. I said, it's the fact that you went out and gave it your all. And that's what I care about. And that is parents, coaches, teachers, and employers. That's really what we should be focusing on.
It's funny, that story, and it more of a team thing. My daughter last year, they were absolutely outmatched in a hockey tournament. Everybody with eyeballs that knows anything about sports knew that they just weren't deep enough. They weren't to beat these teams from the States. And she was so defeated because they've always kind of won, or they've been one of the better teams. And I just said, like, you played so good. You won your board battles, like your little battles on the board, your puck battle, things that aren't really seen. And I'm like, you got to be happy with how you played. Now, as a whole, they're just at a different level, which that happens in life and at times. So that's really cool. Hold the book up in front of you because it was kind of off to the side there, Quinn. Oh, there it is. We got it on the screen right there.
Oh, great. Awesome.
Effort over results. So it's out right now, or it's out this week, you said. Now, if someone's sitting there going, well, I don't know, maybe I should pick it up. Maybe I should. So anybody kind of business world, coaching, who would you advise that maybe takes a look at the book?
You know, I don't want to make this sound like a fix-all for everybody, but really it does apply across, you know, if you're a teacher in the classroom, if you're a coach of amateur sports, if you're a parent, or if you're an employer and you have employees, this really applies to everybody there. And what started out as a business philosophy book really is now turned into something that can apply to all walks of life. The pushback I do get, guys, is I get people who say, well, this is just another participation medal, you know, situation where you just want to give everybody a participation ribbon for showing up. It's like, no, that's not what we're saying at all. We're saying we need to appreciate those kids who do show up and do put their effort in, and we want to acknowledge that. But when you focus on the fact that a child or an employee or a student or an athlete didn't win, or the team didn't win, that's where they base their self-worth on. So imagine you're a young hockey coach and you've got a group of girls in the locker room and we focus on, well, you know, we lost that game and so we're out of the tournament. Those girls are basically, all they're hearing is winning is the only thing that matters here.
Yeah. Yep.
But when you say, I realize we didn't win, but I'll tell you what, the amount of effort you put out there on the ice tonight was incredible. And if you keep doing that, don't worry, those wins and results will come. It's the same thing with sales. It's the same thing, like I said, with your children. It's the same thing with grades and everything. You just got to focus on the messaging.
That's really good. I was going to ask about the participation medal, so you covered that.
I get that a lot.
We got about a minute, just over a minute left here. I want to say your son is just wrapping up his college career down south. We could see him maybe in the CFL draft this year.
Yeah, so he was contacted to go to the Combine. He's actually decided to do a sixth year. So he's at Cal Poly University in San Luis Obispo, but he is draft eligible. He's been contacted by a few teams already. He did actually decline the Combine only because he's doing his master's and he just wants to stay in the school and make sure he's focusing on his education to get his master's in ag education. But he is draft eligible. And, after a really stellar career at Arizona with Division I football, he decided to go to a really prestigious educational school in Cal Poly to finish it up and get his graduate degree, but hopefully he'll be taken in the CFL draft in a few months.
There we go. Continue another
Dad's footsteps.
Magnuson.
Yeah.
He's way better than I was. Far better player than I was.
They all are, man. Kids
always are. Yeah.
It's just better. Quinn, thanks for doing this here. And again, Colson, throw it up there. The book is out if people want to go and check it out. Amazon. There we go. Effort over results. Great for the business owners and coaches, like you said, teachers, and anything like that. Quinn, all the best. Let's stay in touch, and congratulations on the book.
Much appreciated, guys. Thanks very much.
There it is. Yeah, former Rough Rider. We need more of that kind. Has he talked about the businesses?
Yes.
The KPIs and this and the hot buzzwords and all this. It's like, how about sometimes the effort?
Yeah, is recognized.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I don't know if it's more of an 80s, back in the day thing, but I think back then too there was.
Well, I think it was worse back then.
Was it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think of the bosses I've had before to now. It was way worse, right? You were judged by the minute.
That was really good. Book is out. Let's go talk. There he is. He's standing by. Let's go talk to voice of the Regina Pats and maybe a chance for you to win some tickets. Dante DeCaria. Dante with the Regina Pats joining us. Game tomorrow. Saskatoon Blades in town. First off, Dante, before we get to how important the game is, we got a bobblehead night.
Yeah, it's that time of year, Barney, and it's a very famous Regina Pats alumnus that we really need to celebrate because he's a two-time Stanley Cup champion. He actually comes from Saskatoon, and his name is Chandler Stevenson. So tomorrow's bobblehead night will feature Chandler Stevenson. There is obviously limited available. We're going to try to limit it to one per person, and they'll be sold on the West Concourse for $10, and the proceeds of those bobbleheads will go to the Female Hockey Challenge in partnership with Western Construction. So goes to a good cause. It's a pretty cool piece of memorabilia for Pats fans to remember, and I'm really excited to get my hands on one.
That's right. Yeah, Chandler, 2-time Stanley Cup champion. That's something that a lot of people forget. Let's go with the game tomorrow night. Blades in town. We'll be talking about it for the next month here. Every game is important to try and salvage any kind of points as you guys are battling with the Red Deer Rebels, who do have 3 games in hand, or the Pats have 3 games in hand, but Red Deer's now 2 points up. So points are important.
Yeah, and it's even more important on Friday because Red Deer's idle. They're not playing on Friday. They do play Saturdays, so Regina will have 2 games in hand on Red Deer after Friday's game. So if they're able to pick up 2 points, they would actually tie the Rebels for 8th in the Eastern Conference standings. Now, I don't know all about the tiebreakers. The Red Deer Rebels do have the tiebreaker over the Regina Pats, although if these 2 teams were to be tied after 68 games, they would play game number 69, which would be a tiebreaker game. Red Deer would host that game just because they have won the season series so far. Yeah, it's a big game between Regina and Saskatoon. The Blades and Pats are going to play each other a lot. In fact, they'll be at the SaskTel Center next Tuesday. This is a huge game. Blades have been scuffling as of late. They've lost 5 of their last 6, dropped their last 2, coming off a 7-1 loss to Calgary. Calgary Hitmen are in town for Indigenous Celebration Night on Saturday, so it doesn't get any more important than this, Barney. This is a big 4-point weekend for the Pats because they'll play a stretch of 5 games in 7 nights beginning on Tuesday in Saskatoon.
Let's touch on, too, because we probably won't talk to you maybe before Indigenous Celebration Night. What's going on Saturday, 6 p.m. puck drop?
Yeah, 6 p.m. puck drop. We've got special Indigenous-themed jerseys that were actually helped design by Regina Pats Indigenous player Connor Bear. So we've got those jerseys available for auction. That's at reginapats.com. And as usual, fans will have the opportunity to get those jerseys, all the winning bidders, off the players' backs after the game. We're actually going to have Cree integrated into our broadcast as well. Clarence Iron, a legendary Cree announcer, will be joining myself in the booth. He'll be doing some play-by-play and some analysis in Cree throughout the game. We'll have some Cree public address announcing, singing and dance powwow throughout the game. George Gordon First Nation and a lot of the Indigenous communities will be sending, bus loads of kids to the Brand Center. We're expecting to have a huge crowd. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's actually one of my favorite games of the year.
Right on. All right, Dante, it is a busy stretch. We'll be catching up again. Have a good call tomorrow night, and obviously go Pats.
All right, go Pats. Thank you.
See how I did it? The go Pats thing means a number of different things for me with the go Pats on Sunday and the Super Bowl. You want to go to the Pats game tomorrow night, though, at the Agrodome, Brand Center, against Saskatoon right now. If you're listening till the end of the show, you get rewarded. Colson's going to take caller number 1, 936-6262, 936-6262. Caller number 1, if you haven't won anything in the last 30 days, 2 Pat tickets for tomorrow night coming your way. That's it for me. Dave Thomas is in. I think it's Dave Thomas is in for me tomorrow. I'm off coaching hockey in neighboring province. We'll catch up with you again next week. It's the Sports Cage. Thanks for tuning in. Of course, always on Thursdays for Access Communications.